Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the
Alrighty. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a early starting season finale here with the Instigators. Heavy contact to start it off here tonight. That's from one of our new drivers here tonight. That's going to be Zoe Michael. She'll be driving that 17 machine here tonight. Along with some of our regulars, there's CJ Vickland in the 157. April Smeal follows behind her. There's Riley Ahrensberger and Jaden Swansworth. They're throwing sliders here in practice. But want to say hello to everybody tuning in early. Thank you. We got a long night of racing ahead of us, so it's good to get started here early. Starting out with our Powder Puff division, their season final, their 5th race of the year. There is your undefeated driver so far this year in that 9 machine. That's Jane Swansworth. She's been undefeated so far, and I tell you what, I can't say it's just been her walking the dog. She's had to fight for every single win, and there's been multiple times where it came down to the last corner, last lap. One at Fairbury, actually, she went from 3rd to 1st in the final two corners. So she's definitely earned it here this year, and right now she's trying to go 5 for 5 undefeated on the year. We will see if she has that in the tank here tonight. That's Jaden Swansworth. There's Riley Ahrensberger. She was fast at our last event at I-55. Unfortunately, lost the handle, got put back behind the 8 ball, and did not collect that win. But she's been a strong contender all year in that 8 machine. April Smeal, she's been fighting for a win all year, been up front multiple times, and just cannot quite seal the deal. Last time we had the Powder Puffs at I-55, it looked like she had something a little bit faster than the 9 machine of Jane Swansworth, but unfortunately could not get enough laps put together to get to the inside and get around her for the win. So it will be April Smeal still looking for that first victory here tonight at Eldora. All races going to be here at Eldora tonight, so make sure. We've got about 3 minutes left in practice. Alrighty, we've got about 2 minutes left here. We're going to go down through here and take a look at quick time right now. That's going to be in the 8 machine. That's going to be Riley Ahrensberger. She's quick time right now over April Smeal and CJ Vickland, followed by Jaden Swansworth and Zoe Michael. There's the 7 machine, making her way out onto trackside here tonight. That is actually C.J. Vickland's mom, I do believe, in that 7 Hoonigan Monster-sponsored car there. So that is C.J. Vickland's mom in the 7 machine, Pam Hollenbaugh. in that number 7. So we'll look to see what she does. I do believe she races go-karts in real life, so she's got a little bit of experience behind the wheel here in the 7 machine. We're going to see what she can make happen here tonight in that 7 machine. She looks pretty good right now, chasing our quick time right now in the 8 machine of Riley Ahrensberger. Already, we've got about 30 seconds left right now, as this is going to be one of the wider tracks these ladies have been at. So we're going to have to see what they can make happen here tonight. As the checkered flag is getting ready to wave, as they're parking them here on the back straightaway. No damage in these powder puff races, so no harm, no foul for the damage for these ladies as they get ready for qualifying action. They're going to get 2 laps around the Big E here at Eldora, and then we're going to line them up and get ready to go. Feature race and 25 laps scheduled here tonight for the powder puff division. Alrighty, now we've got some drivers on track here looking to make their first laps here. We're going to see how they go down here. CJ Vickland quick time right now. She's got 2:10s on your undefeated winner here of Jane Swatzer. So Jane's going to have to try and get up on the wheel here to try and get maybe a little bit better spot. We'll see as they try to use that outside group to keep that momentum rolling in these 4-bangers. April Smeal going to jump to quick time there. We've seen her be quick. Pam Hollenbaugh, she's able to jump up to 3rd quick there. Good lap for her. As all those drivers within a pretty reasonable margin of each other. April Smeal, she's going to be 19.460 quick time right now, followed by CJ Vickland. Then Pam Hollenbaugh, Jane Swatsworth, Nakaya Anderson in the 7:28. Riley Ahrensberger, not the best qualifying effort. She'll have to start deep in the field here, and Zoe Michael still waiting on a lap for her. So while we wait to see if Zoe can put a lap down here, let's take a look back here. This is quick time for April Smeal here on your screen. And this is something that I wondered if some of these ladies maybe weren't picking up on. That bottom groove, I think, is going to be a little bit better than they think. Just a shorter way around this racetrack with a little bit less horsepower. You see April, she uses that bottom groove, gets in there off the bottom before a good run, and that was your quick time lap there. She come off before there. But Zoe not going to be able to make a lap. We'll see if she starts tail here, if she'll make the call. She will make the call, so she elects to maybe start at the rear of the field. But nonetheless, the rest of our drivers are going to slot their way in here for the 25-lap powder puff event here. Jane Swatzer is trying to go 5 for 5. We'll see what she has in the tank. Alrighty, let's start them off here on the front row. Quick time here tonight. You saw her using that little bit of a different line here. Let's see if she can make that work for her. She'll start on the front row here tonight on the pole. That's going to be April Smeal in the 13 machine. Outside of her, I think her best starting position ever so far with the Powder Puff division in the 157. That's going to be CJ Vickland inside row number 2. First time appearing with us here at the Instigators. That's going to be Pam Hollenbaugh. So she'll start third here in the 7 machine. Fourth place, that's going to be your undefeated winner so far this season in the 9 machine. That's going to be Jane Swatsworth. Whoa, ladies, we're packing them up here a little quick. We're not going green quite yet. Inside that next row, that's going to be the 728 of Nakaya Anderson. Outside of her in the 8 machine, buried in qualifying here, that's going to be Riley Ahrensberger in the 8 machine. And rounding out your field in the 17 machine, that's going to be Zoe Michael. Alrighty, we've got them stacked up here. We're going to get ready to turn them loose here. April Smeal looking for the green flag here. Off at turn number 4. Pace truck's got to look to duck off here. See, well, he'll duck off. Here we go. We've got them stacked here. The 4-baggers ready to go to work here. Green flag for the ladies out of turn number 4. Some serious fireworks as we roll them up down into turns 1 and 2. Pam Hollenbaugh, she's going to take that inside groove. She's going to try and go to second here. Off the corner, CJ Vickland catches the wall there a little bit. Side by side between her and her mom. Riley Ahrensberger catches that outside wall hard. She's drove to 4th here early, and this one, contact. We're wrecking at the back of the field. That's going to be an oval track specialties caution. We'll take a look back here at what happened. It looked like we might have saw a little bit of contact here. Jane Swatsworth getting behind a little bit early in this one. You saw her back there, but I think this one's going to come from... And Zoe Michael just getting in the corner a little hot there. She'll slide up the racetrack, and tell you what, she was closing a pretty good gap all the way until she met the rear bumper of the 728 machine, and around both those drivers go. So that will be your cause for the caution on the 17 machine. So we're going to try and restack them here. Alrighty, we've got them lined back up here. Let's see if we can try this again. We've got them restacked up here. It's going to be double file here once again, looking for the green flag. April Smeal, Pam Hollenbaugh, a little bit out of whack there. She's going to have to try and get up on the line here. We're getting ready to turn them loose here at turn number 4. Pam Hollenbaugh, she's having trouble getting that car to the right spot of the racetrack. We're going to go green here. So Pam Hollenbaugh, she's going to lose her starting spot there pretty much. We're going to be maybe wrecking up. We're 3 wide down into that corner. Riley Ahrensberger still slot up to that 3rd place position. Here comes Pam Hollenbaugh to the inside of CJ Vickland. That's your volley for fourth. There's the right rear quarter panel up the racetrack. Pam's home ball. She's going to go around. Oh, hard hit. Huge hit from Zoe Michael there. Oh, as we're wrecking again on the front straightaway, but I think the real caution is going to be on Nakai to the outside of CJ Vicklin and just turn her down the straightaway. So we're going to re-rack them and stack them once again. We haven't got a lap in yet, ladies. So we're gonna decide to put them nose to tail here. We're gonna do the old single file. So we'll single file them up here. I do believe for this green flag, yep, lights are off on the pace truck. So April Smale gonna get another crack at it here. She'll be all by herself though this time. CJ Vicklin, Pam Hollenbaugh, she's gonna lose her spot here. She's gonna have to drop to the tail a little bit there after that bad restart. But we're green out of turn number 4. We'll roll them off down into turns 1 and 2. April Smale leads this one early. Here comes Jane Swansford. She found that bottom groove like we talked about earlier. She's going to work to the inside of CJ Vicklin. She'll go to second here down the back straightaway. April Smale, she now runs that outside groove. Out of turn number 4. April Smale sideways in the grass. Jane Swansford, she'll take the lead. Caution flag. Oh, CJ Vicklin, Riley Ahrensberger contact. The question is, at the scoring loop, that's going to be another one on Zoe. Almost the exact same thing that happened last time. Just goes in there too hard and catches the left rear of Nakia Anderson, and Zoe takes out the 17 machine. Or excuse me, takes out the 728 and goes around herself in the 17 machine. So we'll get them restacked up here. But I think at the scoring loop, it was still April Smale, so she's going to get a huge break here early in this one. Alrighty. We're going to have to see if maybe we're going to start seeing some of these drivers weed out here as we, Zoe Michael, I do believe she is on her last caution here. She causes another one, so we'll see what the flagmen do. That's a flagman's call. But April Smale gets a big break here. Pace truck looks to duck off. Show fire out of turn number 4. So CJ Vicklin also got her spot back here. Jay Swansford, there's the right rear quarter panel. She'll throw the right rear quarter panel right into Vicklin. Riley Ahrensberger now going to work to the inside of Vicklin. Poor CJ Vicklin gets beat around there. Here comes Pam to the inside. She's going to try and go back to 4th. Pam Hollenbaugh, she'll go back to 4th. Contact back farther in the field. We go back up front. April Smale loses the lead there as Jade Swansworth got to her inside. So now Jade Swansworth in a position to go 5 for 5 right now as she is digging down this back straightaway. Oh, she'll grab a handful of concrete down in turns 3 and 4. She's on the wall. I'm assuming that might have been something that the likes of April Smale did there, catching that wall, and now April Smale back up on the rear tail feathers. Good bite off the cushion there for Jane Swansworth. We'll roll him down the back straightaway here. A couple good green flag laps here. We'll roll him into turns 3 and 4. Jane Swathra, she has the lead right now as we work lap 6 out of turn number 4. April Smeal runs second in the 13 machine. April is hungry for her first win here with the Instigators here with the Powder Puffs. Jane trying to go 5 for 5 right now on the season. We're rolling back into turns 3 and 4. That outside groove, both drivers run it right now. Does one of them try the bottom? We'll click back here to April's field. She runs second right now to Jane Swatcher. Not letting Jane get out of reach, though, quite yet. Needs another mistake like we saw earlier. We'll see if that happens. Third place right now, Riley Ahrensberger. She sits back in that third podium position. Pam Hollenball, she sits fourth right now. Fifth, CJ Vicklin, Nakaya Anderson, and Zoe Michael. She runs at the tail of this one right now. Good green flag laps, maybe the most we've ever had here with the Powder Puffs, as we have not seen an oval track specialties caution here in a couple laps. So right now, that's letting Jane Swansworth kind of try and pull away here. But I tell you what, April Smeal's got to find something to try and reel her back in here if she's going to have a chance here. These two have been at the front of the field each and every Powder Puff race here, trying to make it work. April Smeal, she's banging the boards here. Let's see if she can get anything rolling. She's got that outside momentum. Eyeball test says she's reeling them in. Down the back straightaway, April Smeal on the cushion. Does lap traffic become a factor? April Smeal catches the concrete. She's going to lose wholesale ground off of turn number 4. Jane Swatzer, she'll pull that gap back out, but up in front, lap traffic becoming a factor. Zoe Michael, she'll yield to the outside. April Smeal, she'll drive to the inside of Zoe Michael. Michael up into the wall here. April Smeal, quick slide job there. She'll take that spot and put the 17 machine a lap down. Jane Swansford, she'll jump back up to that outside groove. We work lap 13 of 25 here down the back straightaway. There's an oval track specialties caution. We'll go back and take a look here at what happened. 17 machine goes a lap down there, just catches the fence getting into that corner there, and just lost the handle in the 17 machine for Zoe Michael, so she'll lose the handle, and that will draw an oval track specialties caution flag, and we are going to bunch these drivers back up here. So that also is going to let Riley Ahrensberger throw her hat in the ring here. Pam Hallball, she's back there sitting in fourth right now. Does she have anything with her first appearance here with the Instigators? Alrighty, here we go. We're stacking them up pretty good here. Nose to tail, I would say here, as we've got a train here as we're taking the green flag out of turn number 4. Jane Swatzer takes the green flag here for lap 13. April Spiel, not the best restart, but she's going to go to that bottom side here. Has she been keeping this in her deck of cars here? She'll strive there early. Off of the corner, though. Jane Swatzer, a little better run. I think all in all, April Spiel gained a little bit of ground there. We'll see here. Oval track specialties caution. This one's going to be for Pam Hollenball. She looked good there sitting back in fourth. Unfortunately, we'll take a look at what happened. She's going to lose the handle. Wow, great job by CJ Vicklin in the 157 to avoid the 7 machine. We'll take a look in the cockpit here of CJ Vicklin. Whoa, that was close. She gets a little bit of concrete, but no harm, no foul. Good job avoiding as Hollenbaugh just lost the handle on the 7 machine, and that's going to let him stack them up here. We're going to get them slotted back in the right spots here. Oh! April Spiel maybe try to take a hard left-hand turn into the infield here. Does April Spiel have trouble in the 13 machine? There's no fast repairs, but she's gone pit side. And I tell you what, our #1 competitor here for Jane Swadsworth might be out of this one. Lights go off on the pace truck here. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to make it out here. Not sure what happened for April Spiel, but she's most likely going to be out of this one. That leaves Riley Ahrensberger, the only one to go on attack here on Jane Swadsworth. We'll take a look at what happens here. Tough break for April Spiel. Here we go out of turn #4. Looking for the green flag. Jane Swadsworth, she's going to fire. Riley Ahrensberger not quite on the gas as quick. Good start for Jane Swadsworth. Rework lap 15 into turns 1 and 2. Good cut down there for Jane Swadsworth. She'll lead this one. Riley Ahrensberger runs second over CJ Ficklin. Contact between the pink cars here down the back straightaway. Oh, so he's going to take the left rear. We might be hard in the inside wall. That's an oval track specialties caution. I tell you what, I'm starting to maybe think that those 2 pink cars are some sort of magnet here. We'll take a look here. Nakai comes down the racetrack. We're going to get a little bit of right side romance here down the back straightaway. Another tap getting in a corner, and that's just wall. So we will find both those cars heavy into the inside wall. Oh. So that is Riley Ahrensberger and Zoe Michael. Dennis Harrison is the one who Zoe Michael is driving for, and Blaze Harrison is who Riley Ahrensberger is driving for. So that would tell you maybe a little bit of fun there, but no damage in the powder puff, so no harm, no foul here as Riley Ahrensberger. She'll slot back into second here. She'll run second. Zoe Michael is out of caution flags after that one, so she's going to have to pull it in for the night. 5 cars still out on the racetrack. April Spiel, once we said must have had a mechanical failure here, as we've got 5 cars on the racetrack. We're green. Jane Swadsworth looking to go 5 for 5 now here in that 9 machine. Riley Ahrensberger still trying to pick up her first one there. CJ Vicklin now runs third. Nakai Anderson in 4th. Pam Hollenbaugh, she's still out here running in that 7 machine. Right now, Jane Swalter just seems to have something a little bit more than the rest of the field here. As she rolls it down the back straightaway here on lap 17 of 25. CJ Vickland up on the wall here. As we're going to maybe try and see if we can talk to somebody new here, as we've got Vickland and the 728 machine of Nakai Anderson. They're volleying for that third place podium position here, if they so elect to come up in the booth with us. Oh, Hollenbaugh gets sideways off the corner. She'll loop it. Are we going to have an oval track specialties caution? We will see. We're green right now. We are still green. I'm not sure. Jade Swansworth. There's the oval track specialties caution flag. Just Hollenbaugh could not quite get it rolling. So alrighty, that oval track specialties caution is going to be the difference here, I think. As that's going to let Riley Ehrensberger, she's got to get a good restart here to try and stay on the rear decklet of the 9 machine of Jane Swansworth. As you see the bumper being applied, maybe a little bit of pressure here trying to be applied to the 9 machine. She's got 4 wins under her belt, trying to go for her 5th right here. Ehrensberger still hungry for her first one. CJ Vickland back in third. Nakai Anderson. Do these two wreck out? Do we have a new winner? We'll see here. Anything can happen. We're going to take him around just one more time here. We'll see what these ladies have here. For Jane Swansworth. Lights are off on a pace truck, the 9 machine. At HighLine's design sponsor, number 9 of Jane Swansworth. Trying to get it done once again here. Here we go. Single file restart here off of turn number 4. Ehrensberger's got to be ready for the fire. She'll fire. We're green. Ehrensberger definitely was not ready for that restart here. She'll get pulled heavily down into turns 1 and 2, and that's what Jane needed, I do believe, to hold off the rest of the field. She's definitely going to be hoping to see no oval track specialties caution flag. We'll see, though. We'll watch back here at the battle for third right now, side by side for that podium spot. Vickland, she'll get a little high there off the corner. Nakai Anderson on the bottom. Oh, Hollenbaugh, she'll give her the right rear quarter panel. Up into the wall goes Vickland. Hollenbaugh now to 4th. 3rd place, Nakai Anderson. In that 728. Does the 7 machine of Pam Hollenbaugh have anything? Nakai a little looser off of turn number 4. Here comes Pam Hollenbaugh. Nakai will slide up to the cushion. Riley Ehrensberger not far out of reach from the 728 machine. Does Nakai have anything to run second right now? Kaya back up to the cushion, using every inch of this racetrack. There's an oval track specialties caution. CJ Vickland around at the tail of the field. She'll get in there behind Pam, and she's going to lose the handle. In the 157 machine, looks like she might have tried to get it turned around, but just not in time for the oval track specialties caution flag to come out. So, Ehrensberger's going to get one last ditch effort at it here. As we are 23 of 25 in the books, Ehrensberger's got to be ready for this restart. She's got to react to the 9 machine getting on the pedal here. We will see. Alrighty. Lights are off as we roll down the back straightaway with the Powder Puff division. This is their final night here. They're at Eldora. Here we go. We don't have many laps left. The Jade Swatzer takes off Ahrensberger, not quite on the hammer early enough. Ahrensberger just has not been able to get these starts down, and I think that's going to be all she wrote as we roll down the back straightaway with Jane Swansworth. Into turns 3 and 4, we're going to see the Spiel Racing Designz white flag one more time around. She's looking to go 5-4-5. 5 wins in a row here in that 9 machine. White flag now waving in the air into turns 1 and 2 here at Eldora. Down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. This year's 2025-2026 champion with the Power Puffs. That's going to be the 9 machine of Jane Swansworth. She'll go undefeated this season. 2nd place, Riley Ahrensberger. 3rd place at the line, Pam Hollenbaugh. Great race. Pam Hollenbaugh at the line picks up a 3rd place back row powder coating podium position. Great race to the line with Nakaya. Nakaya had it. And I tell you what, great cut down from Pam there. Nakaya down the racetrack, off the door, and Pam gets it done to put herself on the podium here tonight. As the 9 machine will park it in victory lane, and she will most definitely be your champion in that number 9 machine as we wait to get her up in the booth here. Is already out of the car for the 5th time in victory lane so far this season of 5 races. Jane Swansworth, you get it done again to go 5 for 5 and pretty much lock in what you already knew was locked in, the championship here with the Powder Puff division. Did you feel pretty good tonight in the 9 machine? Was there anybody that really felt like that had a opportunity to get around you, or did you feel like you had the car that everybody else didn't?
No, it was good. I thought April was going to be close like it has been every other week, but then I think she had some difficulties, so that's a bummer. But that would have been fun if we got to race close like we did before, so.
Yeah, it definitely looked like April might have been the only car that had something, but once you got to the lead there, it was going to be hard for her to get around you, but she definitely seemed to have trouble. She pulled it in around lap 13, and after that, you look like you set sail here tonight in that 9 machine.
Yeah, it felt good, so.
Well, is there anybody you want to thank here tonight on your championship and on your 5th consecutive feature win here with the Powder Puff?
I'll thank Nick again because he's been very supportive and helping me every week, so that was very nice of him.
Well, hoorah to Nick Anderson, as he seems to just have a car in victory lane no matter what is going on. So, but congratulations to you, Jaden, on a great season here this year with the Powder Puffs, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you back next year here in another Nick Anderson sponsored machine.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and move back now to the 2nd place runner of Riley Ahrensberger. She was had a good chance here tonight. She had a couple chances on restarts, but unfortunately those restarts seemed to just not go her way. She couldn't quite get the car rolling. How was it out there on them restarts, Riley?
I couldn't quite get the restarts. It wasn't going very well.
Just seemed like the timing was just a little bit hard to get there as Jaden was getting off the line just a little bit quicker. If not, do you think you might have had a car to maybe mix it up if you were there?
I think I could get up next to her if I got the restarts. Maybe get around her.
Well, it definitely was an interesting race and trying to see if you were going to be able to time that restart to make something happen. Is there anybody you want to thank here tonight on your really great season here with the Powder Puffs and just a great race here tonight?
I'd like to thank Blaze for letting me do this and you guys for hosting these.
Well, we thank you for showing up each and every week, and we hope to see you back next year here with the Powder Puffs and hopefully put yourself just one spot better.
Hopefully.
Hey, Dad. How you doing, bud? Chad Rouge
All
up
right.
in the
Well,
booth now. He was
hey,
flagging.
we got our brand new and third place finisher join us.
Go ahead, take it away, bud. You're the interview guy. Let it happen.
What's up?
All right. Well, Pam Hollabaugh, did I say that right? Hollabaugh.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
Hollabaugh. It's Hollabaugh. How you say your last name?
Hullaball, yes.
All right. Well, congratulations and welcome to the Instigator League. First race, and you're on a podium. How's that make you feel?
Oh, it makes me feel really good. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Well, we're glad to have you, and hopefully, maybe next year you will be probably doing another little five race series for the Powder Puffs, and maybe you could join us each and every week.
Awesome. Thank you. I had fun.
Well, that's the main thing is to have fun, and we appreciate you coming here. Tell us a little bit about your race and your first time experience here in the league. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did. I goofed up a couple times, but you know what? That's how you learn.
Oh, 100%. I mean, to
And
make
I'm
your
really
podium.
grateful for my grandson and my son-in-law and my ex-husband and everybody for supporting me on this.
Well, we appreciate you being here. I was gonna say anybody what to thank, but you took care of that. So,
Yes, thank you.
congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you back here next year.
Awesome. Thank you. I will be.
All right, Tyler, there you have it. It's time to wrap this up and get ready for 85 laps of pro late action right here at the also famous Eldora Speedway.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of Eldora here tonight as we get ready to set sail for 85 laps with the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models. And I tell you what, I really think this is gonna be. I think it could be an interesting race here. We got to definitely look to see how this track shapes up and see what lines become available to these drivers. So we're going to switch gears real quick, and we'll be right back with the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models after a short intermission. Alrighty, we've got them trackside here. Your HighLine Designz Pro Late Models for your finale here tonight at the Big E, Eldora. Quick time right now. The only driver in that 14-second bracket is a driver who does not have a feature win at all between both years of streaming. That's going to be Dave Riesinger in that 72 machine.
That guy he seems like every week he just builds up more and more confidence. He's had a few podium finishes now, a few heat race wins, and I don't know, man. I might foresee his first feature win here in the future.
I tell you what, you know what? It's kind of interesting here, Dad. Is that you might have heard the superstition of the green machine. He's got the green wrap on here tonight.
Yes, he does.
A little St. Patty's Day tribute in that 72 machine. Yes, he is quick time right now. Second quick right now is the 13 machine, the Jonathan Smeal. So he might have found a little bit something, maybe something that was wrong on that race car. He struggled the last couple weeks. He'll be second quick right now in practice on that Eldora curb.
Only 1.13 seconds separate. Just over a tenth of a second from first to 10th.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
This is gonna be some.
Oh
That's gonna be. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty hammered down right now. Track will slick up from top to bottom, guaranteed. Eldora definitely is a track that transitions a lot. But we'll have to see what these guys have on these long runs once we get to the feature time. But right now, these heat races are going to be hammered down and nose to tail, I have a feeling.
And David McGovern right now, he sits second quick right now. Excuse me, sits third quick now. But he is just a little bit off. Like you said, he is only just a couple hundredths off of quick time there in that 157. Sporting a new wrap here tonight in that 157. He's got the Bud Light sponsored number 157 for David McGovern.
I see one of our competitors having connection problems as he got dropped for a packet loss. Kirk has another week with some troubles. Unfortunate for him in a 46. Hopefully he can maybe get it figured out before we take the green.
He came off a great run there at Cedar Lake. He had came off a great run, looked pretty good there, and after that he seemed to just have a lot of troubles in that 46 machine. So trying to get that car back to where they had it there earlier in the season, a couple races ago at Cedar, and try and get them towards the front. But right now looking to have trouble making it out for the race. Couple storylines to take note of. The one star of Colton Joyner, he sits 5 wins on the season. One more, he will be bumped up to your super late model division next year. That's along with Jonathan Smeal in the 13 machine. He's also looking to bump up Dennis Harrison. This will be the last time you'll see him in a pro late model, as he is already 6 wins deep so far this year. He'll be making the jump up to super late models along with his brother, Blaze Harrison.
we're down to just a couple minutes of practice. We have qualifying to line us up for our heat races, and Tyler will be announcing each person's qualifying run as the flagman should put them out 2 at a time.
I wish the dang results box wasn't so big. We'll have to try and take a look at the one at the top of the screen to keep an eye on that. Like I said, about a minute 30 remaining.
All right, Tyler.
Alrighty, we're getting set to go here for qualifying action. We will look to see who our first drivers out are going to be. As the track's starting to slick up quite a bit on the entry at the top side of both corners. So it's going to be interesting to see if these guys really try and bang the boards or if they're maybe going to want to try and catch a little bit of grip on the bottom side. As our first driver's on track, 77 machine of Nathan Brady. He's out trackside right now. He'll take the green flag out of turn number 4. In that 77 machine, he'll trip the trigger. Followed by the 72 of Dave Riesinger. I saw him out there also. He was quick time in practice. We'll see for lap number 1. We'll follow the 77 machine of Nathan Brady. He'll be the first lap on the board. Riesinger, he elects. Oh, he catches that wall for lap number 1. So lap 2 now for Dave Riesinger. He was the first one to trip the trigger. He caught that wall on lap number 2. That is going to cause trouble for him, as that will be those laps. A quick time right now is going to be Nathan Brady with a 15.418. Like we said, Riesinger caught the wall lap number 2, so he only gets that first lap. He's going to be a 15.514. He'll be a 10th off early in this one. Coming out now, the 98 machine of Larry Hess. He's trying to put a good lap on the board here, start up front in his heat race here. He likes these longer races that he uses that slick to his advantage. We'll see what he can do here. Lap number 1 for Larry Hess. He'll trip the trigger there. He's going to clock in third quick early. Action Jackson follows him in the 80J machine. Trying to find a little bit of speed here to end out the season in that 80J. We'll see what he's got here as he rolls lap number 2. He'll get a little sideways there in the center of 3 and 4 off of turn number 4. He'll clock in 4th quick. Larry Hess, he'll stay 3rd quick after his 2nd lap. Alrighty. Out next in the 116, that's going to be Mike Anderson. He's got a couple wins on the year here. He's been one of them cars a little bit sneaky in the Slick Volusia, one of his stronger tracks. See if he can get it rolling here tonight and use the Slick to his advantage in that 116. If that bottom comes in, he'll trip the trigger down into turns 1 and 2. He elects to use that outside cushion. He'll run the curb here off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Ever so careful running the outside in qualifying because you touch that wall, that'll be the end of your lap, but he'll clock in lap number 1. He's going to jump up 3rd quick right now. We'll jump back to the 157 of David McGovern. Turbo Dave, they call him in the 157 machine down the back straightaway as he looks to see what he can get rolling here on lap number 2. Nate Brady still steps at the top of the speed charts off of turn number 4. McGovern, he'll improve, but he'll stay 5th quick in the 157. So Nathan Brady, Dave Riesinger, Mike Anderson, Larry Hess, David McGovern, your top 5 right now. I do believe we're going to switch to our other group of drivers here. Colton Joyner, he'll trip the trigger in the 1-star machine. Colton Joyner, 5 wins on the year, looking for his 6th here tonight in that 1-star machine. Oh, he catches the wall there, lap number 1. That's going to take that first lap away here. He's going to have to get everything he can here on lap number 2. Jonathan Spiel out there with him in the 13 machine. That's your points leader. Trying to pick up the championship here tonight and end it all off in that 13 machine. He'll run the bottom side into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Colton Joyner looking to get his one and only lap. He'll clock in there. He's going to clock in 8th quick. Jonathan Spiel, what's he have under him here? As Smeal, he's going to go 2nd quick. So good lap for Jonathan Smeal. He'll jump up 2nd quick in the 13 machine, but still at the top of the speed charts. That's a 77 machine of Nathan Brady. Coming out next, that's the 42H machine. That is going to be Dennis Harrison. Dennis Harrison III out of Allegheny, New York in that 42H machine. He's got 6 wins on the year. You'll see him in a super late model here next year. And so we'll roll to that outside. He loves running the outside every track we go to, but I don't know. He might have caught the wall there. We'll see if that lap counts or not. He'll drive her down into turns 3 and 4 off of turn number 4. Looks like a great lap here for the 42H. We'll see where he clocks in here. He's going to go quick time. Dennis Harrison, quick time in the 42H machine. Behind him in the 46 machine, that's going to be Kirk Hess. Kirk Hess, he's definitely having some connection issues there as you see him spitting and sputtering, but he'll roll her down into turns 3 and 4, see what he can muster up here. Right now, he sits 8th quick out of turn number 4. Will he improve any? He won't. He'll stay 8th quick. Dennis Harrison the third, 2/10 quicker in that 42H machine, and that just goes to show why you're going to see that driver move up to the super late models next year.
Well, that'll put Blaze and Nathan Brady on the pole. Nathan Brady is probably his first, one of his best runs so far this season. So he hasn't visited a podium all year. So maybe he can at least, maybe we'll see him up here on the podium tonight.
Alrighty, we've got cars as the beautiful sun is beginning to set here at Eldora. Like you said, on the pole of this one. I'll start us off here in the 42H machine. That's going to be Dennis Harrison III. He's out of Allegheny, New York. Outside of him in the 13 machine, out of Reynoldsville, Pennsylvania, that's going to be John Smeal, your points leader, trying to end it off here tonight on a good note.
Right inside the second row in the 116. He's out of Du Bois. That'll be Mike Anderson. Outside of him, out of Curvensville in the 157, Dave McGovern.
Rounding out your field in the 80J machine, that's going to be Action Jackson, Kevin Jackson, out of Grampian, Pennsylvania. So Action Jackson He'll tail the field in this one. Let's see what he's got under him here. But you've got your points leader on the outside front row here. Harrison, 6 wins on the year. He'll be moving up next year. The 13 machine and Jonathan Spiel, he's 1 win away, so if he gets the job done here tonight, he'll win the championship and he'll find himself into super lates next year. We'll see how this one boils down. Turbo Dave in the 157 trying to get a good run under his belt. Once again, we talked to him a couple times at the podium at Knoxville. Here we go out of turn 4, looking for the green flag. We're green. Side by side, wheel to wheel, down into turns 1 and 2. Does Harrison throw that slide job into turns 1 and 2? He'll slide up to the middle. He'll leave a lane for Smeal down the back straightaway, though. We'll see what Harrison does getting into 3. Mike Anderson, good run to the bottom side. He's trying to go to second here. He'll roll through the middle. Smeal kind of just gets out of whack there as Anderson showed him the nose on the inside. These cars will fire off down into turns 1 and 2. Anderson gets a little out of whack. Here comes John Smeal back to his inside. Harrison now the sole leader of this race. Second place slotting in on that bottom groove. That's Mike Anderson. He runs second right now. Third place, Jonathan Smeal. David McGovern, he gets it rolling back there in fourth right now. Does Smeal have anything to try and roll back around the outside of Mike Anderson? Trying to get his feet under him here. That's starting to get slick, getting in the corner. That's letting that bottom groove just be a little bit quicker here early in these heat races. Harrison, he's gone up to that outside cushion now. He's banging the boards here early in this one. Oh, good run there for John Smeal down the back straightaway. Able to take a peek to that outside. Anderson leave him lane here off for turn number 4. He'll cut the core. He'll leave a lane. We work lap 6 now down into turns 1 and 2. Side by side off of turn number 2. That time it's going to be John Smeal. He'll move up. Here comes Anderson. Big stride to the inside. Slide job. He'll park it right on the front end of John Smeal. Huge power move from the 116. Jonathan Smeal, he'll throw it back up to the cushion. Mike Anderson, he's going to cut down the racetrack. He's back to the inside. Where does Turbo Dave go? Mike Anderson, he'll throw the bumper back and forth with 3 wide out of turn number 4. Smeal has it at the line. McGovern trying to go lower than both of them. McGovern peeking out to the inside of Mike Anderson. Not that time off of turn number 2. Anderson looking for a slide job into turn number 3. Slide job in turn number 3. Jonathan Smeal, he'll cut down. Smeal racing inside white flag. One more time around for Dennis Harrison, but the racer's back here in second. Slide job from Smeal. Anderson to the inside. It's all going to be Dennis Harrison, but down into the turns 3 and 4. Here comes Turbo Dave. He's looking for a spot. Back to 4th goes Jonathan Smeal. Second place, Mike Anderson. Third place, David McGovern. Your winner, Dennis Harrison the third. In the 42H machine. Criminy, I don't know where that run came from for the 157 on that final corner, but he was able to pick up a position there and make his way to third. Great race there to start us off with heat race number 1 with the HighLine and Designz Pro Late Models, Dad.
Yeah, you think maybe everybody realizes this is the last race of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all season to rebuild these race cars, and that's what they're showing right now. All right, Tyler, I'll lead us off here on the front row in the 77 out of Hyde. Will be Nathan Brady outside of him. Quick time in practice in the 72 out of Du Bois, Dave Riesinger.
Inside row number 2, that's the 98 machine. That's Larry Hess on the inside in the 98 machine. He's out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania now. Outside of him is going to be Kirk Hess in the 46 machine, having a little bit of network trouble, but he seems to be all here now. He'll start 4th in this one. He's also out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Rounding out your field in the 1 star out of Du Bois will be Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner with 5 wins on the season also in that 1 star.
So Nathan Brady, good qualifying effort here. He's looking to put himself up front for tonight's feature. 85 laps, going to be a long one here. This track already ripping up quite a bit here. That cushion not quite getting beat down as much as maybe some of these guys want to, but that inside groove didn't look too bad, Dan.
No, it's definitely streaking up already, and I mean, we're just in heat races. It's definitely got to go through a lot of changes in these 85 laps, and I know it's on my mind for our 100 laps later, so it's definitely a track that you're not quite sure what you're going to get.
Definitely not, as here we go, out of turn number 4, looking for the green flag. We're green. Oh, we'll see if that one stands. Riesinger might have got a little jumpy there. We'll see. Brady, he'll drive to the inside, though. He's going to get a great run here off of turn number 2. Nathan Brady, he'll have the lead off of turn 2. Riesinger back to second now. Here comes Larry Hessel, peeking nose to the inside. Off of turn number 4. As we'll leave a lane. Riesinger, he'll work back to the outside. He'll grab a handful of that cushion, drive back to the outside of the 98 machine. Here comes Dave Riesinger on Nathan Brady now. Nathan Brady leads the lane to the outside. Riesinger's going to fill the gap. He'll grab a handful of cushion off of 4. There's a lane. Here comes Riesinger. Riesinger in that green machine. He's got that thing up there. He's licking a step. He's going to send it here tonight off of turn number 2. He'll go to the lead. Back to that outside cushion, Dave Riesinger. He'll grab a handful off of turn number 4. Brady pitches a car off. He'll leave a lane for Dave Riesinger to go to the point here in heat race number 2. Dave Riesinger driving the wheels off of that 72 machine right now. Nathan Brady drops back to second right now. Maybe a little bit tight getting in the corner. Larry Hess runs third right now. Riesinger driving like a professional up there on the cushion. He'll grab a handful, shoots down the back straightaway that time. Brady trying to peek a nose back at him now. Brady gets the car turned that time. Good in turns 3 and 4 out of 4. Peek a nose, not enough. Great racing here at Eldora. They'll go side by side, wheel to wheel here off of turn number 2. Racing a little bit better line. A little bit better of a run there for the 72 machine of Dave Riesinger. Brady continues to run that bottom line. Larry Hess starting to lose hold of those two. Riesinger holding true in that 72 machine. Got his feet back under him after that restart. Out of turn number 4. Spiel Racing decides white flag. One more time around for Dave Riesinger. Riesinger will roll it up to that berm just one more time here off of turn number 2. Nathan Brady not close enough to make something happen. Riesinger to the outside. Cushion, he'll grab a handful off of turn 4. Dave Riesinger, he'll win heat race number 2. Second place, Nathan Brady. Third, Larry Hess. Fourth at the line was Colton Joyner over Kirk Hess.
Dave Riesinger gets it done.
Yes, he does in a quite good fashion there. He had a really great line there on the outside. Really looked like a smooth drive out there for the 72 machine.
Yeah, for sure. He's really changed in the last couple of years there. That guy's putting his time into a lot of practice, and it's really starting to pay off.
These guys will get their cars ready here, so we'll roll them out here for our warm-up. So we will see who's going to have the short-run car. I mean, you see it in real life. These guys in these super lates, they go out there, and somebody like Strickler could lead 50, 60 laps of this thing, and at the end of it, you're going to have somebody else maybe have a little bit more speed. So we will see how this one filters out. And we'll look to see if maybe we'll have somebody who we don't normally see up at the front of this field after 85 trips around. Alrighty, we've got our drivers setting up, lining themselves up for their final 85 laps of the season here, and their final dash for the checkered flag here tonight at Eldora. So it is special night. Nobody going to have to go to the tail of the field. So on the pole of this one, in the 42H machine, out of Allegheny, New York, that's going to be Dennis Harrison III. He'll be your pole sitter here tonight. Outside of him, quick time and hot laps, picked up the heat race win from the outside front row. That's going to be Dave Riesinger out of DuBois, Pennsylvania.
Inside your second row, in a 116 out of DuBois, we got Mike Anderson. Couple of wins on the year outside of him. Rough year so far in the 77, but sitting pretty good here to start the Eldora race. It'll be Nathan Brady out of Hyde.
Inside row number 3, that's going to be the 157 of David McGovern. He's out of Curwensville, Pennsylvania. Outside him in the 98 machine, that's going to be Larry Hess out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Inside your fourth row, your points leader in the number 13 out of Reynoldsville. That is John Smale, and outside him in a 1-star out of DuBois, Colton Joyner.
Rounding out your field in the 80J machine, that's going to be Action Jackson. Kevin Jackson out of Grampian, Pennsylvania, and Kirk Hess in the 46 machine out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Here we go, our final 85 laps here with the HighLine Designz Pro Late Models this year with the Instigators. Let's give them a good one here, boys. Out of turn number 4, we're green. We're rolling down into turns 1 and 2. Everybody trying to get their feet under him here off of turn number 2. Harrison with the early hole shot. Riesinger, he's going to decide to slot into that middle groove here early in this one.
These cars are sketchy when they're down, when the air pressures are down at the beginning of these races. They're dangerous right here in these first 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, definitely dangerous here, but Dave Riesinger, maybe being the smartest, that car is ever so straight, not really up on the bars here, and he's rolling that middle side pretty good. Mike Anderson trying to follow suit. Here comes Nathan Brady on that outside cushion, trying to go to third right now. They'll roll side by side for third right now. You can tell these guys maybe not being overly too aggressive early in this one. Probably the smartest decision for him right now is Nathan Brady rides on that outside groove. Mike Anderson leaves ample room. Harrison leads. He'll roll through the center, trying to maybe conserve a little bit of race car here for later in the race. Dave Riesinger, he sets the pace in second. 3 wide back here for third. Contact early. Anderson feels the right front of David McGovern. McGovern trying to roll to that inside. He'll lift early there. He'll leave a lane for Anderson. Good hard racing. Brady trying to roll around the outside now. Brady will roll to third. Still 3 wide back here for the third place spot. McGovern on the wall. Anderson through the middle, Brady on the outside cushion. That's your best battle right now. McGovern, he'll back off for now, and that's going to let Mike Anderson go back to the inside of Nathan Brady. Dave Riesinger runs second. Your top 2 still run 1-2 out of turn number 4. Nathan Brady, he'll drop back to 4th. Oval Track Specialties caution early in this one. Your points leader, Jonathan Smale, no right front tire trouble early in this long event. Might have just kissed his chances of a final feature win goodbye. We'll take a look at what happened. Maybe trying to just run conservative back here. We see him back here with the 46 machine of Kirk Hess. I don't know if that's a mechanical failure or what exactly happened right there.
I bet he's having mechanical issues as April Smale had problems in the powder puff race, and I think he has some gremlins in that 13 camp.
Car sideways and just having trouble holding on to it, and then just maybe doesn't quite know where the car is at. Maybe a blinking problem in an Oculus or something of that nature, and I think his night's going to come to an end here. I do believe, though, he's got the championship locked up. I'm not exactly sure what that points deficit was.
Maybe I'll be able to go back here and I'll take a look and make sure where we're at.
Because definitely Colton Joyner, he's had a great season here. He's close. We're getting ready to turn him loose here as you take a look at that. Jonathan Smale not going to make it back out as we're green. Nathan Brady had that third place position there, so he started on the outside of that Delaware double file restart. He's going to try and go to work on Dave Riesinger, take advantage of that restart here. He'll work to the outside of Riesinger here off of turn number 4. Riesinger just seems to be happy where he's running. He's running his line, feels good about it. And right now, Brady, using that outside groove, will temporarily go to second place right now over Dave Riesinger. McGovern, he's moved himself up to 4th for right now. So good run for McGovern right now. He gets a little tight there. He's going to have to catch a handful of that cushion there to turn off the wall there. But he runs 4th right now. Mike Anderson saving ample tire right now as Colton Joyner. He's moved his way up through the field. Here comes Riesinger now after he gets his feet back under him. He looks to the inside of the 77 of Nathan Brady right now. It's all Harrison out front, though. McGovern trying to go here in that Bud Light sponsored 157 Turbo. Dave getting the turbo spun up here on the outside here. We'll see what he's got here off of turn number 4. He'll look to the outside of Riesinger now, looking to make a bid at the podium spot. We work lap 11 of 85 here. McGovern's got a good car under him here. He sits behind the 77 of Nathan Brady. We'll roll him off at turn number 4 right now. McGovern being patient behind the 77 machine. Now we'll look to go 3 wide here. Riesinger has to cut that car off. He'll slide right in between them. McGovern, he'll go back up to that outside cushion now, right over the tail feathers of Nathan Brady. We're 3 wide once again off of turn number 4. Riesinger having to cut that car down to leave ample room. Colton Joyner now rolling on the outside, trying to maybe take a peek to the outside of Riesinger. So that's your top 3 right there. That's your battle for second. You see Brady, he's not running that cushion the whole way around, and that's letting McGovern try and get to his inside, but he's just hasn't quite had enough, and he doesn't have enough on the bottom side there. You'll see Nathan Brady go back around there. Riesinger, he runs that same pace around the bottom side, looking to maybe have something here towards the end of this one. Colton Joyner runs 5th right now. Mike Anderson back in 6th. Like we said, Jonathan Smeel, he's out of this one. Brady back up to the cushion. Here comes McGovern. Good run to the outside. This could end ugly. Yeah, that was... I can see that one coming. Here's a slide job from David McGovern. He'll throw a slide job here on lap 16. Brady will cut back. Good run. Does he leave a lane? Wow. McGovern right through the right rear quarter panel on Nathan Brady. Thank goodness it was invisible, as they would have been head on in the wall, but now they're still volleying for position. McGovern, I see a slide jump from Turbo Dave. Turbo Dave will slide back up. Brady had to cut the car off for him that time, so now McGovern trying to move himself up into second. He'll grab a handful of cushion. Brady just gives him enough room, cuts the car off. Great racing for your second place position. Now David McGovern has that second place spot from Nathan Brady. Good hard racing there. Brady now going to try and roll to the inside. McGovern, he'll run second now. Harrison out front by a pretty good margin. Running his race, being conservative right now. Turbo Dave runs in second. Nathan Brady not letting him go away now as he's rolling to the bottom side. Brady maybe a little bit better around that inside wall here. Joyner has made work of the 72 machine. He'll move up to 4th. Riesinger, how much is he saving? He's running 5th right now. Keeps that car straight in the 72 machine. Mike Anderson behind him, another driver that could be saving here. Waiting for a caution a little later in this one as we work lap 20 of 85. Harrison leads. McGovern runs second. He's had a good little streak here towards the end of the year. And right now he's in second. Does he have a car to beat Harrison? No. Right now he looks okay. Down the front straightaway, we'll now work lap 22 into turns 1 and 2. Brady, he'll jump back up to the top side that time down into turns 3 and 4. That middle groove getting ever so slick. You see Joyner just rolling through the center right now. Happy to be where he's at here. Off the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Brady runs 3rd right now. Best run he's had so far. Colton Joyner back in 4th though. Riesinger runs 5th. Anderson in 6th. Larry Hess behind them, followed by Kirk Hess in a 46 machine. Action Jackson behind them. Back up front. There's your leader. Ever so smooth through the center right now, not pushing that race car. Now we'll jump up to that cushion, but you can see he's not pushing that car any more than he has to. Has to get out of the gas a little bit there. McGovern pedaling hard right now, or maybe just trying to save and conserve, see what he has here if he gets a late race caution. We work lap 25 right now. Still a great race back here for 4th. Colton Joyner momentarily, he did get around the 72 machine of Riesinger, but Riesinger not letting him get away from him here as he looked to the inside that past lap. Now we'll slot back in 5th. Joyner still runs 4th. Brady, when he gets that cushion right, he's got a fast halt right here. He's keeping that car just a little bit more straight. Gets a good grip there down the back straightaway. McGovern's starting to pull away from him here, but he runs 3rd right now. Your best battle on screen is still between Joyner and Riesinger. We'll see what Riesinger does. He's maybe going to try and peek to the outside here. We'll see what Riesinger decides to do right now. Oh, Resinger all the way up to the cushion. I tell you what, he got a great bite off the cushion there. He tries to turn down the racetrack here. Tries to peek it over to the inside. He'll throw the green machine to the inside of Colton Joyner, but Joyner will grab that cushion off of 4 and he'll rock it around him on the outside. Oh, Joyner caught the wall pretty heavy there. Down the back straight away. Can he keep it off? He'll grab a handful of it again. Sparklers off the wall for Colton Joyner. Luckily, no damage. He'll hold on to it. Definitely came close to catastrophe there, though, as we work lap 31 right now. Mike Anderson maybe starting to turn the wick up here. He's pulled to the back end of the 72 machine. These drivers strung out, single file right now as they just try and click some laps off here. Most of them are using that outside cushion. How long does it last, though? Does it go away here in 85 laps? We've only had one oval track specialties caution so far tonight.
157 is faster than the 42H the last 3 laps.
So, yeah, definitely eyeball test says McGovern turning the wick up here. Is he turning it up a little quick here? Is Harrison pacing? Only one car out of this race here, Dad. That's Jonathan Schmiel. He's in the elevated outdoors hot pit. He's not going to make it back out, but he's the only driver out of this one.
Well, last 2 laps, Nathan Brady fastest car on track, so.
I'll tell you what, Nathan Brady looked like was struggling there around lap 20, and now he's almost like he's built some confidence in the race car here, as he's got that thing rolling around that outside pretty good right now.
Yeah, I just worry about the car because he's a little more sideways than a lot of guys, and there's still a lot of laps to go. I hope he's not burning that right rear off.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see that car. It is sideways, and you just wonder how much right rear is going to have here late. You see him using that left rear a lot in the slick. How much is that car spinning? McGovern right now seems to be keeping that car pretty straight. Does he have a chance here to try and make a bid at the 42H machine? Lap traffic ahead of Harrison now. As Action Jackson runs through that middle groove on the bottom side, that's going to be no problem for Harrison to work around him. She'll show the layover flag to Action Jackson here off of turn number 4. Jackson leaves ample room. Down the back straight. Harrison, no roll to the bottom side there that time. Here comes McGovern. Like we said, trying to get that turbo lined up here for Turbo Dave on the outside. Does he have enough to pedal to the 42H machine? He had a chance at him at Knoxville, couldn't quite make the move. What does he do here at Eldora to try and pick up his first Instigators win? Brady, he's ripping the lip right now. A little bit of sparkles off the wall that time around. As might be something we're going to hear at work here, is we're going to see Nathan Brady roll around the outside of Action Jackson. He'll put him a lap down in the 77 machine. Nathan Brady rolling pretty good here tonight, so good run for Nathan Brady as we're almost getting close to halfway in this one. Joyner, he runs 4th right now. Riesinger still runs 5th, 5 seconds back. A lot of these guys may be hoping for an oval track specialties caution. We'll see, though. Harrison seems to just be rolling ever so smooth right now, as here comes Turbo Dave. David McGovern, he's thrown his hat in the ring now. He has caught the 42H machine. Does he have anything for him? We're only halfway in this one. He seems to pedal pretty hard here. Does he have enough if he gets around him to hold the 42H machine back? We know that. We know that Harrison is not going to leave anything on the table. McGovern in reach. A lot of these other guys, if they don't get an oval track specialties caution, are going to be out of reach here. We work lap 45 of 85. Harrison around the bottom side. McGovern uses that outside cushion. He drives that car in deep there here off of turn number 2. Good run. Harrison now in frame. Harrison rolls around that bottom side. He just has that car ever so smooth right now. We'll hop in here. We'll take a hop in the seat here with David McGovern as he tries to run down the 42H machine on this outside cushion. It's so razor thin right now. Right up to that outside wall, tries to get a good bite, but Harrison, you see that outside momentum, but Harrison good around the bottom side. He'll stick to the outside here in 1 and 2, though. That cushion getting bigger as this track slickens up there. You heard the scrape there. Kirkes in front of these drivers as lap traffic. Little bit of sparklers off the wall there that time for McGovern. We'll fan out now. Those two have kept a ample distance. Now for the third spot. Under fire. Best battle on screen. Contact. Getting into turn number 3. Brady trying to close the door on Colton Joyner as Joyner's caught in the 77 machine for third. Joyner, he'll go to the outside now. He's going to take a power move to the outside. He'll go around the outside and Nathan Brady. Brady back to 4th down. Joyner might have been saving that right rear tire, you got to think. Riesinger also now banging the boards into 72. Brady maybe thinking he used the stuff up a little earlier as here comes Riesinger on the train with him. Brady going to try and move back up to that outside. How much can it hold it, though? As Joyner has already pulled about half a straightaway on Nathan Brady. Does he have enough time to reel in that 4-second gap, though? In the meantime, your leaders have worked around the 46 machine of Kirkes. A little bit of right rear quarter panel damage for David McGovern. Could that be the difference? Damage such a huge factor in this one, but I just saw Harrison caught a little bit of concrete there off of turn 2. Can McGovern, with the right rear quarter panel damage, still have enough to strive over check specialties caution? Oh no, Dave Riesinger. Take a look back at what happened. Oh, here we go. We're going to see a slide job out of turn number 4 for Riesinger, which I don't think was meant to be a slide job. And then just kind of loops it on his own there. Might have just... Mike Anderson. Oh, Mike Anderson. Tough break for Riesinger. Really didn't have any damage, and unfortunately, Mike Anderson comes into that one late and takes the front nose piece off of Riesinger.
Yeah, well, good run for Riesinger. Not ended, but definitely probably takes his chances of the win out on that 72.
Yeah, it just looked like he maybe a move to try and slide up to his door and didn't realize he really got the 77 cleared that far, and I think really trying to cut down to give him a lane. Brady trying to make that crossover move, and I wonder if that's maybe a little bit of contact there, and then if maybe he just gassed it up in that slick, maybe thought he had Brady to his outside. I mean, nowhere for Nathan Brady to go there. As Riesinger just starts to lose the handle there, and like you said, unfortunately, a great run going to be taken away, and unfortunate to see that a lot of that damage came at the tail end of that one also. So he'll make his way back out on the racetrack. John Smith will back out on the racetrack.
Don't look like Brady has much damage on the front end for that little contact he got when he spun around. I was looking at the front end of the 77. It looks like it's pretty decent shape.
Yeah, the only damage I see on that 77 is the right side door, a little bit bent in, but past that.
Mike Anderson's car looks all right, too.
Well, alrighty, this throws a whole new wrench in the mix, and I think Colton Joyner's going to have a good shot at this one if he could play his cards here, right? As he's got maybe a little bit more tire in these top 2 here. We'll see here. He gets put on the bottom side here. McGovern picks the outside. We're green. Mike Anderson also, how much was he saving tire? He puts himself back in position. There's an instant slide job from Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner will take that slide job. He'll roll to second now. McGovern back to third. Joyner grab a handful of that cushion. Try not to let that 42H get away too early. McGovern goes to the bottom side now. Does he try and slide back up into third, or does he try and roll that bottom side? Right now, that bottom side doesn't look too bad, but you see that momentum starting to get worked up there. McGovern, he'll jump back up to the outside and grabs a handful of concrete with it, but he'll be clean and green here. So now your lineup right now, Harrison gets to the lead, but Colton Joyner from far back in this one has found himself back in second. Save tire here early in this one. What does he have for Harrison? McGovern back to third, still great run. Here comes Colton Joyner. We work lap 58. If it's time to push, it's now. Harrison grabs a handful of concrete and the cushion there off of turn number 4. Harrison tries to slide up easy. Joyner just grabs a handful, turns the car off of turn number 2. He'll drive to the rear deck lid. Harrison using all this racetrack with that slider line. Joyner grabs the cushion here off of turn number 4. Slide job engaged. Slide job from Colton Joyner. He'll slide up to the cushion off of turn number 2. Concrete and all. Harrison back to the inside. He'll return the favor. Slide job in turns 3 and 4. Does Joyner turn down the hill? No, he leaves the lane. Harrison leaves the 1-star lane that time, and now he'll throw the slide job. Maybe no, he leaves the lane again, but Joyner cuts under him. Joyner to the inside. He'll take that lane away, getting into the corner. Concrete. He'll grab a handful of concrete. Joyner off at turn number 4. Has the lead, though. So slide job for slide job there. Harrison left him a lane. Lets the 1-star roll to the lead here. How much was Harrison saving with his pace out front? Harrison catches wall there. Joyner trying to pull away. Harrison trying to use all it's worth now. Right there, he got a good run that time off of turn 2, but Joyner just needs to have a little bit more dig. McGovern back in third right now. Mike Anderson finds himself in 4th. Larry Hess, he's been saving his equipment. He runs 5th right now. Back up front, your race for the lead. Joyner has it. Harrison's had it all race. But did he keep enough in the tank? He's got his feet back under him now. He's not letting the 1-star run away from him. Sparklers off the wall here at Eldora. As these guys continue to bang the boards here at Eldora, do they have enough in the tank for each other? Did Joyners fire too early? Was Harrison saving? Right now, they're pretty much dead even. Here's a roll off of turn 2, lap 66. Now Joyner elects to take a little bit more of a easier line. He slides up to the cushion. What does that leave on the table? Joyner off of turn 2 there. Concrete for both of them. Sparklers off the wall. Here's a huge slide job from Harrison. Slide job. He leaves him a lane. Good clean racing. Harrison showed the nose. Shows the pressure there. Lets Joyner know he's not alone here, but now Harrison's going to have to go back to work to try and close that gap back in. Huge bump with the wall. So now the 1-star, he'll protect that corner. A little bit of a protection line from Colton Joyner. Harrison trying to get it rolling on the outside now. Sparklers off the wall the whole way around this place. That turn 2 wall, you just see how much it becomes a problem. Harrison back to the inside, trying that slider line. Action Jackson in front of him. Joyner, Harrison, both drivers up on that outside curb right now. Harrison using everything it's worth right now. Jackson, he rolls around the bottom side, not going to be a factor in this one. Joyner gets a little bit off that cushion there. He goes through the slick there. That lets Harrison close the gap. Into turns. I'm lagging. This is bad. Having a little bit of lag spike there here in Grampian, but we're still going to join back up at the front of the field. Gotta love this winter weather in March here, but we're right back in the action. Oh, both drivers in the concrete here at Eldora off the turn number 4. Joyner still leads. Harrison back in second. Third place runner, McGovern. He still holds down that third and final back road powder coating podium position. He's 5 seconds back from this battle at the front of the field, though. Joyner's played his cards right, came from far back in the field, got the caution he needed. Now he leads, trying to hold off Harrison. Does Harrison maybe want to be the guy in second, throwing the slide job in the final corner? We don't know. He'll go drive back to the inside now. Joyner around the outside. Harrison just leaves him a lane. Couldn't have fit a piece of paper between them. Harrison back up to the outside. Is Joyner maybe thinking he needs to protect? Joyner's off that cushion that time. Joyner off the cushion. He's leaving the door open for Harrison. Around the outside. Does Harrison get there? No, but here comes a slide job. Slide job for Harrison. He's going to clear that one all the way up to the cushion. Joyner back to the inside. Joyner, will he throw it back into turns 3 and 4? Slide job from Colton. Joyner up to the cushion. He'll grab a handful. We'll see it thrown back here. Harrison, does he throw it back? Does he leave a lane? He won't. He tries to leave a lane. He'll drive up to the cushion now. Joyner back to his inside. Does Joyner take that line away? Harrison tried to do the switch back there early, but unfortunately, Joyner was already there to take that line away. Joyner back to the point. Now Joyner goes back to that middle groove. I don't know if that's a good idea, because here comes Harrison around the outside. Joyner leaves the lane open. He's going to try and slide him. There's contact. Tried to slide him real quick there, but there was contact there between Joyner and Harrison. Does Harrison remember that? Does he throw a little bit more of a dodgy slide job here? In front of him, Dave Riesling, our lap car. He's on the outside. This could be a factor. Who uses who as a pick? This time he's got to go for a slide job. There's the slide job from Joyner. Great move. Great move by Joyner. Throws a great slide job onto 72, and he'll hold on to it. To the point for this one. Harrison running out of laps. We work lap 80 out of turn 4 here. Harrison not in position to make something happen quite yet. Off the corner. We work lap 81. Jackson putting around the inside of the racetrack right now. Joyner has about a 2-car length gap over Harrison. Harrison's really got to put the pedal down here. He grabs a handful of concrete that time. He'll drive to the inside, try and show the nose to Joyner. Harrison trying to fool the 1-star here to make him try and run that lower line. Last time, that was his chance to get around him. Does Joyner make that same mistake, or does he keep it glued to the outside here? Harrison in the wall again. We work lap 83. Harrison lost a lot of momentum that time. Colton Joyner. 2 laps to go. Kurt Cass, Nathan Brady in front of him. Does lap traffic become a problem here? Kurt Cass all the way up to the outside. He hits the wall in front of Joyner. Joyner out of the gas. He's stuck behind him. Here comes Harrison. Smeal racing his eyes. White flag. One more time around. Where does Joyner go? He's got 2 lap cars in front of him. Harrison spanking a horse. He's spanking a horse trying to get to the 1-star. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Slides up the racetrack. Colton Joyner gets a 6th win. He'll win here at Outdoor for 85 laps. Harrison finished 2nd. 3rd place is going to be Turbo Dave. David McGovern. Mike Anderson 4th. Larry Hess 5th. Nathan Brady, Kurt Cass side by side at the line. Can't call it. Could not call it. I don't know who got that. Nathan Brady got him at the line by a half a cat's whisker.
Good race for that. What a race between 2 guys that'll be able to race each other next year. As that will move Colton Joyner up to the Super Lates for next year on a 6th win. So these guys are not done racing each other anytime soon.
No, they are not. Colton Joyner will find himself in the Super Lates. And Joyner will park it here at the Big E. And did we check the points to make sure that Jonathan Spiel is still going to be our championship here tonight?
According to the points, unofficially, you have to take a quick look at it to make sure afterwards, but Smeal had a 50-some point lead. It was unable to be touched.
So he'll pull it up into Eldora victory lane as well. As we wait for your future super late model driver in the form of Colton Joyner and Dennis Harrison to make their way up to the booth here as we'll get a word with them and their thoughts on going into next year, your dad.
All righty, well, everybody's joined us in the booth here. Colton Joyner, congratulations. You have just won race number 6. You will not have to wait to race Dennis Harrison with a race like that. Next year, you guys will be both moving up the super late model division. A great win. Looked like you saved your tires at the beginning there, and that gave you just enough, and you pulled out the win.
Trying to save my tires there, working my way up there. I heard halfway, and that's whenever I decided to start pulling the trigger because I didn't know if the caution was going to come out. So I started pulling the trigger, and then luckily that caution came out before I abused all those tires there. Sorry to Harrison for getting crossed up there towards the end. We were battling hard there. Can't thank him enough for racing me clean.
Yeah, it was a heck of a race between you two as you trade slide jaws back and forth. There was contact just one time whenever, I think you guys got crossed up on what each other was doing, because when you start throwing sliders and then you do a protect lane, sometimes a guy's just not sure, and that's up. But really no big harm, no big damage. You guys were able to continue. Had a good race. Harrison was there. And when you got to the lap cars, you were able to make a good move on the lap cars, and it kind of seemed like that sealed it up as that track seemed to really move right to the very top for you guys.
Yeah, it seemed like it was starting to get greasy there. I didn't know where to run. I thought maybe the middle was going to come in. I was thinking of old Bloomquist there, if the middle was going to come in and ride that out there, but it just seemed like there was no grip there, and the top was the only thing that was there to hold you there.
Yeah, it was a good run, man. I mean, like I said, you and Dennis both are for sure coming to join us in the Supers. You've had a great season, 12 wins between the two of you. I hope you're ready for that, and we'll be seeing you next year.
Yeah, can't wait.
Who'd you like to thank here tonight, bud?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for the last race of the year. Thank HighLine Designz for the wraps. Everybody that watches, my family. Everybody that watches.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations, another win for you, and we'll catch you back here next year.
Thank you.
Dennis Harrison, what a race! Come out one short, but you can't say that it was any lack of an excitement in racing for him. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. But I mean, it was anybody's game there, right down to the end.
Yeah, I really thought I could have won it. I got a little hot-headed at the end, or I probably could have, but yeah.
Well, man, I'm telling you, man, you've had a heck of a season, and you guys are going to be like duking it out forever. Because like I told Colton, you guys will be coming up to join us in Supers next year, and we can all battle it out up there and have a good time.
Yep.
Anybody you'd like to thank here tonight?
You guys, my brother, Pierce Steele, my girlfriend. That's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on second. Another good run, and
Thank
we'll
you.
be seeing you at the banquet. All right, third place, another podium 3 weeks in a row. Guys on a roll. Really figured something out here late in the season. Didn't know if he's ever going to get a podium. Now he's got 3 in a row. David McGovern, the 157. Good run again tonight.
Thank you. What a race. I didn't want to see that caution in the middle. I felt like I wanted to race with Dennis because we practice, and I was catching him. The caution came out, and then being a rookie, I couldn't get back into my rhythm. Then I about threw the race away with 6 to go. I hammered the wall and looked up and seen I had a pretty good gap on fourth, so I just pretty much just drove straight around the rest of the track to try to get third.
Well, sometimes that's all you can do, and sometimes when you have a third place car, you got to finish third place, and if you try to push it to a second place car, you end up last. So it's a smart move by doing that. Good, you using your head like that and coming home to finish in a strong run.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like congrats to Smil on the championship and Dennis and Joyner for all the wins that they racked up this year. I mean, to be even up there or here on the podium talking behind them guys and battling with them for a whole race is nothing I ever expected this year.
Well, man, you do a lot of practicing, a lot of training, a lot of hard work, and it's paid off. And now you're up here running with the fast guys. So you know it's definitely a tribute to your dedication and hard work.
Yep.
So, all right, man. Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations. We'll be seeing everybody at the banquet.
Can I say thank you?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to give a shout out to CJ, Tucker, Braylon, Alexis. Kirk's had some bad luck. That was a hell of a battle for 5th place in points between him, Larry, and Dave. I was rooting for all 3 of them. They're all awesome guys to practice and race against. And HighLine's designed for the awesome special wrap this weekend for the outdoor. Blew it out of the park again. And I want to thank you and Tyler for everything that you do for this series and for us to be able to race. And go get them this year, Tyler.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Thank you
he
very much.
appreciates it. All right, Dave. Thanks a lot. Well, thank you for being part of this league and really doing a good job this year.
Thank you.
All right, Tyler. That sums her up. Who was our newcomer automotive hard charger of the race?
Take a look
Probably
at that.
Colton.
I'm going to have to say Colton Joyner. Yeah, he came from 8th tonight. Nobody went back, so he comes from 8th to 1st, so he picks up 7 spots here tonight. Pretty good run for him in that 1-star machine. You can't ever count him out here. We saw him farther back in the heat race, but I could just he would have been one to watch on my card.
For sure.
Well, we'll take a brief intermission once again here, and we'll get ready to get big block modifieds here with the KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modified Series. And we'll see what they can do and what these modifieds feel like. We saw a big curb here with the Pro Lates, with the HighLine Designz Pro Late model. So we'll see what these modifieds can do and if maybe that bottom comes in just a little bit better. So we will be back in just a few short minutes. Alrighty, we are here now with the KDJ Etched Designz Big Block Modifieds. 8 cars in the stable here tonight. Quick time right now. That's going to be not your points leader, actually, in the 25 machine. Byron Meeks, as coming into tonight, your hunt for the championship is led by Ryan Patton in the 53 team. So Ryan Patton, he leads the battle for the championship by 6 points here tonight, coming into tonight. So he has got to get a good finish or finish right around that 25 machine of Byron Meeks. And what I really think is going to be a huge factor right now is heat races. Where are these heat races going to boil down? Does somebody get bad luck? We will see.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to definitely be volleying for first and second fast time so they can start pole position in their respective heats. But it's unbelievable to show what consistency can do in a points chase whenever Byron Meeks has 10 wins, Ryan Patton with 4, Cody Buck with 4, Orvis Newcomb with 1, and that is your wins as of now for the season, with 1 more remaining. But Patton just ever so consistent. I think finished 1 race outside of the top 3 throughout the entire season, and Byron with a couple bad runs, and that's all it took to even that up and get Patton 6 points ahead right now. As I look at the point standings, just to be sure it was 6 points.
We will see what drama is untold here. Meeks has to try and, I do believe that is what, 2 positions, excuse me?
That is 2 positions, and it's 3 points to win a heat race, 2 points for second, 1 point for third. So right now, even heat race points are very, very important. If one would have trouble in the heat, that's going to be a 3-point swing going, could be a potentially 3-point swing going into the feature, which would only be 1 position that would tie them up. So everything is super important right now as we watch. That is going to be the most interesting factor of this race. Because
right now, I do believe if they tie, Byron Meeks would get it because he has more feature wins.
Yes, if they tie, Byron Meeks will get it with more feature wins. That is correct.
So Byron Meeks just needs to have 2 positions on Patton in the feature. If they were to both win their heat or both keep equal points in the heat races. So that could be a huge swinging factor for these drivers. And a big factor is going to be if they get put in their own separate heats or somehow these guys get volleyed into the same heat. I mean, that could really shake it up.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, this is going to be interesting, that's for sure. Right now, they are the 2 fastest on the racetrack, but very not far behind is Colton Pro's Cody Buck. Only within 1/100th of a second behind them, but so this could be interesting. As one thing about outdoor is you ride the wall, you take the chance. So.
Definitely. I mean, we could see, I mean, you grab that concrete wrong and that's all it takes.
These open wheel cars, they could take off on the wall on you. You never know what might happen. Or I should say semi-open wheel cars anyway.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Kind of, sort of, maybe half and half. Rear wheels do stick out a little bit past fenders, and fronts are wide open, so. We do know these cars do take quite a beating over the late models. They're a little tougher car, but right there, just like Byron Meeks just climbed the wall in the backstretch and just about flipped it. He's up there on it right now. So that's just how easy it can be. Because he'll have to go in and fix that before he can go feature racing, or heat race racing. Get ready for qualifying, I guess.
There's definitely a couple drivers that could get in the mix of this points battle. Cody Buck, I mean, he's got a couple features under his belt here this year, and I mean, he sits 4th right now in the speed charts, but we've seen that driver get up on the wheel and make stuff happen. So could he be a factor in that 29 machine? Colton
Well,
Probst.
right there, just like you see Christopher Gormont looping it on the high side. Could lap cars become a fact? I'm not saying Chris is going to get lapped, but I'm saying if history repeats itself, for these long races, and you could have lap cars, and that could be a factor.
Luckily, these cars seem to be pretty tough compared to some of the late models problems we've had. But like you said, I mean, just having the caution late could be the difference, you know?
We'll see where they set after the heat races. We'll know for sure.
Colton Probst's another
Like
driver
he-
that's been really fast, and he could really have an impact on the points as he tried to pick up his second podium over the win.
That's right. And if they both have to pick up their heat race win, and like you said, and Byron Meeks would go out here to win this thing, Ryan Patton would have to finish. He would have to finish second. Finishing third would not do it.
That's true.
So that would tie them up, and with the 10 wins that Byron Meeks has, that would be a wrap on the championship. So it is interesting tonight for the championship and these modifieds, and I guess we'll just have to see as we're getting ready for qualifying. Take it away, Tyler.
Yeah, first one out right here. I see the 43 machine. He's making his way out trackside right now. So first car out, that's going to be the 43 machine of Christopher Gormont. We'll see what kind of time he can put down. You can see that the track not as worn here with the big blocks getting in the corner. There's a lot more grip on the speedway right now. Cody Buck, he's second out right now in that 29B machine. So they'll both trip the trigger here for lap number one. Christopher Gormont, he gets off that bottom side off of two. Pretty good there. We'll see what he can roll through 3 and 4 here. He'll roll through the center off of turn number 4. He'll set the bar here. Cody Buck rolls behind him. He'll roll around the bottom side of 3 and 4 as well. Right now, Cody Buck sets the quick time right now. He's got a 16.270. He'll roll through 3 and 4. He'll see if he can improve here off of turn number 4. Christopher Gormont, he'll improve a little bit. He'll stay second. Second lap for Cody Buck is better. 16.212. Second quick right now with a 16.638 will be Christopher Gormont. Alrighty, next driver out. That's going to be the 66N. That's going to be the Punxsutawney man. That's going to be Orvis Newcomb in the 66N. He's got one win on the year. That came at Cedar Lake a little bit earlier in the season. We'll see what he can make happen here as he'll grab a handful of the cushion here and try and trip the trigger here off of turn number 1 to start lap number 1 in the 66N machine. He elects to try and run around the outside groove. We've seen Orvis. He was elected to run that outside quite a bit here this season. So Cody Buck, he tried the bottom side. We'll see what Orvis can get here rolling the outside here, so it'll be the high roller here off of turn number 4, lap number 1 for Orvis Newcomb. He'll clock in second quick right now, just a hair behind Cody Buck. First lap for Colton Probst. He'll clock in third quick right now, not far behind. He's just a 100th off of Orvis Newcomb for second. This will roll through 3 and 4 here. Out of turn number 4, Colton Probst off the bottom side. He'll look to clock in his next lap here. Will he improve? Yes, he will improve. He'll actually jump quick time there. So quick time there on lap number 2 for Colton Probst, 16.204. That'll move Cody Buck back to second. Third, Orvis Newcomb with a 16.271. Ryan Patton now, he'll jump out here for qualifying here. Ryan Patton, your points leader. He's got to get a good lap here. We'll see what happens. Colton Probst, he's set the bar right now. Ryan Patton will roll her down into turns 1 and 2. Grab a handful of the cushion here. He decides to run it the whole way around the racetrack here. We'll see if that works for him here. Into turns 3 and 4 here for lap number 1. Lap number 1 for Ryan Patton. We'll see where he can clock in here. Ryan Patton, he clock in fourth quick there right now. I do believe he's the only car on the racetrack right now, so he'll run the second lap here off of turn number 4. Can he improve from 4th? He will improve. That's going to put him 3rd quick. So Ryan Patton not in that ever-elusive top 2 quick there. He'll be looking at outside front row right now as he sits 3rd quick right now with a 16.222.
Like we talked about, Colton Probst, Cody Buck, couple of guys that can shake things up, or Newcomb, guys like that. Can really shake up these points battles. A couple positions tonight means everything.
Wonderful Warrior now out on the racetrack in the 5017 machine. He'll come off turn number 4 here. He'll start lap number 1. Assuming just didn't get quite out on the racetrack quick enough, so he'll be able to run his 2 laps on his own as well. Out of turn number 4 now for the Wonderful Warrior. He'll clock in right now, 6 quick. Lap number 2 for the Wonderful Warrior. Can he improve any? He won't.
We missed Meeks qualifying as he went to the top of the board by a lot.
Oh. So maybe some confusion in the flag stand there. We had one driver doing it in this session and one driver doing it in the other session, so those cars weren't out together, so we're not going to get to see a quick time lap here. A little bit of a miscue there from the flag stand, as we will miss out on quick time qualifier. Byron Meeks, as he puts the spank into him. He'll go quick time by a 3/10 margin, just about. So Byron Meeks looking like a car to beat here. He's the only car in the 15-second bracket in qualifying there, and now Ryan Patton.
That does put them in separate heat races.
So that will help their chances a little bit there, because they both do still have that chance of being out on top, which Ryan Patton might be thankful for right now, knowing the speed of the 25 machine, as that might help him try and get around Colton Probst, who will start pole of heat race number 2. He'll start outside front row, but right now we've got heat race 1 on the racetrack.
Well, all right, I'll start us off on the pole. That is a guy chasing the championship, one of the 2 in a 25. He hails out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. That is Byron Meeks Squeaky. Outside of him in the 29B, that is Cody Buck. Cody Buck, he is now out of Clearfield, PA.
Inside row number 2 out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania in the 66N machine. That's going to be Orvis Newcomb. Outside him in the 43 machine. That's going to be Christopher Gormont out of State College, Pennsylvania. Alrighty, there's your 4-car field. Like we said, the heat race points matter, so Byron Meeks, he's got to try and get out front here and hold him off here. And hope that that Colton Probst can hold off Ryan Patton in heat race number 2. Here we go. Green flag out of turn number 4. We'll fire him off down into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck, he'll go right up to that outside cushion. He'll grab a handful of cushion here off of turn number 2. Does Cody Buck have enough to try and roll to the outside of Byron Meeks? Not quite yet. Meeks will run through that middle groove. All the way around the outside is Cody Buck. Here comes Orvis Newcomb to the inside now, though. Meeks, he's going to jump up to that outside groove in front of Cody Buck now. So now Byron Meeks, the sole owner of the lead position right now. We saw he was just ever so faster in his qualifying effort, and right now he's showing that as he pulls a little bit of ground there. That battle for second right now is heating up, and Orvis Newcomb wants it in the 66M machine. Cody Buck runs second right now. Concrete there. Sparklers off the wall for Orvis Newcomb. He'll keep his footing in here off of turn number 4. That gap will close. Oh, Buck in the wall hard. Orvis Newcomb involved. Oval Track Specialties caution. So that is exactly what we were talking about could happen here at the famous Eldora Speedway. We'll take a look at it here. Newcomb just gets in there behind Buck, and he's just got to kind of trust where Cody Buck is, and Cody just catches the wall and then just doesn't seem to get out of the gas in time, and he collects the wall again, and then around he goes off the wall, and Newcomb nowhere to go. Gets heavy contact into the 29 machine. And both those drivers will spin around. So Orvis Newcomb, he's going to get his spot back. As that was not his fault. Christopher Gormont will slot up to third now on that restart. Cody Buck will roll to the tail. Alrighty, lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to turn them loose this time. This time out of turn number 4. For heat race number 1 with the KDJ Designz Big Block Modifieds. Meeks will pick the pace up. He looks to have this heat race under control, so he's doing his part in this heat race out of turn number 4. Here we go. And Meeks will fire when ready. He'll fire off at turn number 4. Good start for Byron Meeks. He'll roll the outside cushion. Newcomb going to try and follow suit. I tell you what, that cushion is hairline thin right now. Because a lot of these guys haven't. This track isn't used up almost at all. I mean, this track is pretty new, and I think that's why that middle groove's working so good right now. Cody Buck does slot up into third now, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he's going to try and battle for second place once again. So Orvis Newcomb has second right now. Off of turn number 4. We work lap number 7 now, down the back straightaway for Byron Meeks, your leader. Looking to gain 3 points here in this heat race. We'll have to keep an eye on what Patton does here in the next heat race.
Wall again. Buck in the wall again.
Buck's in the wall again. Smeal Racing Design's white flag is already out. That car has heavy damage. He'll lose another spot, but back up front with the Smeal Racing Design's white flag in the air. Out of turn number 4, checker flag. Byron Meeks, he'll pick up heat race number 1. Second place to Orvis Newcomb. Good run for Christopher Gormont. He'll finish 3rd. Cody Buck will run 4th. And might be looking to roll the backup car out after heavy contact with the wall.
All right, Tyler, on the pull of this one in the 57C. Good qualifying lap for him as one of your rookies out of Clearfield would be Colton Probst. Outside of him, the other guy fighting for the championship in the points lead as we speak. Only a 6-point lead. Right now a 3-point lead until this race is over in the 53P. That would be Ryan Patton out of Brockway.
Inside row number 2 in the 57T. That's going to be Todd Bailey. That's going to be the Mundurf Warrior. He's out of Mundurf, Pennsylvania in that 5017. And outside of him, our second rookie here with the KDJ Etched Big Block Modified Series. That's going to be the 9 machine of John Smeal. John Smeal out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. So definitely a big heat race here in front of you here, ladies and gentlemen. As we will see if Ryan Patton can get the early hole shot here, but we saw Meeks come from that inside front row win the heat race last time. Does Probst have anything to do here to try and hold off the veteran in the 53P machine? Here we go. Out of turn number 4, Colton Probst looking for the green flag. A high pace here as we look for the green flag. We're green out of turn number 4. Probst is going to go right to that bottom groove. How much of that outside cushion can Patton get a hold of? He gets a little bit tight there. Probst takes the early hole shot. Now that outside momentum trying to roll to the outside. Probst is going to shut the door. Probst now jumps up to that outside cushion. 3 wide for your lead into turn number 1. Patton's going to not waste any time. He'll slide to the lead here off of turn number 2. Probst back to the inside. Is he throwing a slide job back at the 53P? I think so. He'll drive to the bottom side. He'll leave a lane here off of turn number 4. Ryan Patton back to second that time. Probst to the lead. Colton Probst will roll through the middle here. Does 1 and 2 have a little bit more grip? Big run down the back straightaway for Ryan Patton. Colton Probst will drive it down into turns 3 and 4 off of turn number 4. Probst has the lead at the line. Patton trying to get that outside momentum rolling. Probst slides up. The under 4 digging good on the bottom side also. Patton gets a good run here. He'll look back to the outside, getting into turns 3 and 4. Probst around the bottom side. This time at the line still Colton Probst. Ryan Patton trying to get everything he can off of turn number 2. That seems to be where he's a little bit better. He got a hold of it good there. He'll drive to the outside. Probst not to be denied on that bottom groove. Does he have enough this time off of turn number 4? He has to cut the car off a little bit. Still at the line. Still Probst. We work lap number 6 now. Patton needs these points. Can he get around the outside of the 57C? Side by side that time down into turns 3 and 4. Probst slides up the racetrack. Slide job from Probst this time. Cut down from Ryan Patton. 2 laps to go here. Patton, he'll throw a slide job. Probst, he'll cut down the racetrack off of turn number 2 to the inside. Ryan Patton back up to the outside. Probst not to be denied on the bottom side. Spiel Racing Designs. White flag. One more time around. One more time around for Colton Probst. He led that lap. Great entry into turns 1 and 2. Can he get off of turn number 2? Good here. Down the back straightaway. Last trip around. Patton. Oh, he thought about giving him the door. This is going to be huge here. Colton Probst wins heat race number 2. Ryan Patton second. Third will go to the Mundorf Warrior. And fourth to John Spiel. So a point to the good. A little bit of frustration there maybe from the 53P. That was where Colton Probst was running each and every lap. Right around that bottom side. He thought maybe he was going to see that slide job. Probst, steady head on his shoulders, held the bottom there, picks up heat race number 2. And that
Tyler, puts... And really, whenever Meeks won his heat race, it really didn't matter if Pat finished first or second in that race, because he's going to have to finish at the worst right behind Byron Meeks in this race. Whoever it's going to be... Oh, no, I stand corrected. There's a 5-point difference for winning and second, so that means it's whoever finishes ahead of who. Because if Patton finishes behind Byron, that's 5 points, and Byron's going to win this championship due to the wins. That heat race was huge. I wasn't even thinking about the 5-point difference from first to second in a win.
So when it comes down to winning the feature here, if Patton finishes second to Byron Meeks, he will not be crowned the champion due to that heat race won by Colton Probst. But if they are farther in the field with a second, third place finish, that will allow a third place to a second, will allow Ryan Patton to be your winner. So if these guys are racing for the lead, it is going to be whoever wins the feature event. So huge heat race there, and that's going to tie up for a huge feature here coming up as we've got them on the track here, Dad.
Wow, man, you can't script it any better than that. All right, on the pole in the 25 out of Uniontown. One of the guys we're talking about, that's Byron Meeks. Outside of him in the 57C, your rookie with pulling that heat race win. He was the guy that was the shaker of this group. That'd be Colton Probst. Colton Probst out of Clearfield.
Inside run number 2, that's the 66N. That's the Punxsutawney man. That's Orvis Newcomb in that 66N machine. 1 win on the year here, trying to pick up one more before he signs off here. Outside of him, a driver that right now has to be in front of that 25 machine at the end of the race. If it's 1-2, he's got to have that points battle in his mind here. That's the 53P out of Brockway, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Ryan Patton.
Inside row number 3 out of State College in the 43, we got Christopher Gormont, and outside of him in the 57T, we've got the Mundorf Warrior. That is Todd Bailey out of Mundorf, PA.
Inside your final row, that's going to be the 29B machine. Rolled the backup car out here for your feature event. Now out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, that's going to be Cody Buck, and outside of him, rounding out your field in an I machine, that's going to be John Smeal out of DuBois, Pennsylvania, another rookie on the year. Alrighty. Lights are out.
85 long laps decided, Tyler.
Here we go.
Take it away.
85 laps will be the deciding factor between the 25 and the 53P. Here we go. Out of turn number 4. Pace truck pulls in off of 4. We're getting ready to turn them loose here one more time with the KDJ Big Block Modifieds. We're rolling down into turns 1 and 2. Meeks decides to roll right around that bottom side. He'll keep the car under him here. Orvis Newcomb, he says thank you. He'll move to second right with the 25 machine of Byron Meeks as fireworks go off in the background. In third now, that's the 57C of Colton Probes. He runs third right now. The Wonder Warrior, he'll look to the inside. Now we'll have to get out of the gas there for Colton Probes that time. Ryan Patton back there running in fifth right now. Maybe trying to see if he can save a little bit of equipment, but how much equipment can he save here? This is huge for him to try and stay in the hunt here. Probes now with the 57T to the inside, side by side right now. For third, that's your backroad powder coat and podium spot up for grabs right now between the 57s. Todd Bailey on the inside, Colton Probes on the outside. Todd Bailey tried to throw a right rear up in front of him. Colton Probes will drive to the outside, he'll leave him the lane. 4 cars under a blanket here as they race through 3 and 4. Orvis Newcomb runs second right now, but now the Mundorf Warrior, he's got a fast car right now as he rolls the bottom right now. He'll move to third. Ryan Patton going to try and follow suit on the inside of Colton Probes here. That time around, Colton Probes, he'll drop back to fifth there. That lets Ryan Patton slot up to fourth. Side by side for second right now between Orvis Newcomb and the Mundorf Warrior. Patton, he'll jump up to that outside group now. Here comes Cody Buck trying to make it work. He started far back in this one. Probes takes advantage. He'll go back to the inside. Not that time, though. Still side by side for second as we work them off of turn number 4 here. Newcomb on the outside. The Mundorf Warrior on the inside. Newcomb caught heavy concrete there. Sparklers off the wall. He'll hold on to it, though. Off of turn number 4 this time. Does the Mundorf Warrior have him at the line by half a cat's whisker? Give it to Todd Bailey. He moves into second place right now. They're 2 seconds behind your leader, Byron Meeks. Side by side right now for second. Newcomb not going to go away. He'll have the spot that time at the line. Patton's moved up into fourth right now. Maybe trying to keep a little bit of equipment under him. Big check up there from the 29B machine. Colton Probes slid up across the racetrack there. No harm, no foul. They'll stay clean and green. Patton paces himself back in fourth. This is your battle for second right now between Newcomb and Bailey. Good run for Bailey right now. One of his best he's had all season as he runs third right now in the back road powder coated podium. Ryan Patton, he's moved up to that outside groove now, trying to get it rolling on the outside. Something I see a lot with these big block modifieds, Dad, is they just seem to lack the ability to make a power move or just get a huge bite and make a power move to the next guy they're racing.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot of momentum based. Sometimes they'll get a big run off the bottom and all that rear weight and they get a bunch of mud, but for the most part, they gotta keep it. They gotta keep the momentum up through the corner, even when they get to the cushion.
Ryan Patton, he keeps trying to go to that outside cushion, and surprisingly here in the modifieds, unlike we saw in the late models where you almost had to be up there, it's just not up there. Ryan Patton still runs fourth right now. He gets that middle groove pretty good there off of turn 2. He'll pull up to the rear deck lid of the 57T, but I think right here in 3 and 4, Todd Bailey just a little bit better around the bottom side as Cody Buck now takes a peek to the inside. Now Patton's trying to get it fired up on the outside. Oh, get a good bite there off of turn number 2. He might have a chance of going around the outside of Todd Bailey. He will that time. He'll peek to the outside for third right now. As Todd Bailey now has left that battle for second to Orvis Newcomb. And now Ryan Patton going to try and go and make his own battle here as he'll roll to third here on the outside of Todd Bailey. Todd Bailey, he'll roll back to fourth. Ryan Patton up to third. Second place, Orvis Newcomb. Good run for him. Byron Meeks rolls out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway right now. He's got a decent gap, about a straightaway over second place runner Orvis Newcomb. Christopher Gormont, John Smeal, those guys far out of contention for lap traffic yet. There's your battle right now. Cody Buck looks to the inside of the Mundorf Warrior here off of turn number 2. side by side right now for that 4th place spot. Ooh, Buck gets a little sideways that time. That's going to let the Nerf Warrior. He'll roll back around him on the outside, but Cody Buck going to try and look back to the inside. In front of them, Ryan Patton now has caught the rear end of Orvis Newcomb. He'll shoot to the inside of Newcomb here. Try and show nose to the inside here. Down the back straightaway. Orvis Newcomb. He runs second right now. Ryan Patton trying to get to second right now in the hopes of a possible oval track specialist caution, because if not, second's not going to be good enough from where the 25 machine's running right now.
And just think, Tyler, for the first 20 laps, Byron has been able to run whatever lot he wanted to, so you know he's saving his equipment. As Patton has had to work himself through traffic to try to get up there and still fighting with the 66 N car to try to get that second spot, as it looks like he might be able to get it here, but how much tire did he use just getting up to second?
Yeah, they're trading slide jobs right now. Newcomb, he slid them back there last time. We'll see if Newcomb can get another good bite for Newcomb. I think he's going to throw it back here into turns. Newcomb won't. He's going to leave Patton a lane out there, so Patton's going to be able to drive back around the outside of Newcomb, and Newcomb going to try and maybe make that bottom side roll. Here, but that outside grew just a little bit better. Ryan Patton, he will move up to second now, and like you said, Ryan Patton, he's been using that outside cushion to really have the momentum to make anything happen, and is that going to be the difference on tire even if we get an oval track specialties caution, which right now, the way these guys are, they single filed out for right now. You wonder if that's going to happen or not.
I mean, Buck put it in the wall twice in a heat race, but he looks like he's shied away from that a little bit. He's running about a groove down off the top. You never know. But Patton's definitely going to need a caution if he wants a chance. And if I was him right now, honestly, Tyler, I'd ride 20, 30 laps hoping for that. Because if you burn your tires off trying to get the meets, you ain't going to have nothing left when you get there.
Definitely, and you see that Byron Meeks just out there by a 4-second advantage right now. You saw Ryan Patton roll to the inside, and there's an oval track specialties caution flag. That one's going to be for the Munderv Warrior, I do believe, of the 57T. Let's see what happened here. Just gets off at 2, and you just know how that wall gets out. Yep. The way that wall just kind of is a weird angle off of turn number 2 there, and that bit the 57T. You see him try and get that car bent off of that wall, and unfortunately catches that right rear, and it sends him nose in, and around he goes down the straightaway, and the oval track specialties caution flag will wave. So that is going to be the caution. And you don't know if they're going to get another one, so this could be game time here. These guys might have to pull the trigger earlier than they think. Because if you let Meeks get out to a lead like he had before and you don't get another one, you're not going to have a chance.
Pat is going to have to at least keep him in sight no matter what he's going to do. You can't really take the chance of saving tires right, my opinion, you're going to have to at least keep him in front of you. You might not have to push the issue right now, but you got to keep him there.
Alrighty, here we go. This could be the battle for the championship shaping up here on this restart. Patton chooses the outside. Newcomb on the bottom side. Here we go. Cody Buck, he's found himself up in 4th. What does he have? We're green, Alpha 4. Good restart for Byron Meeks there. He'll roll to the outside cushion. Momentarily, Orvis Newcomb takes a peek to the inside for that second place spot. How quick can Ryan Patton get his feet under him on the outside? Newcomb leaves him a lane right now. Patton trying to get it rolling around the outside, just not enough. Newcomb has that spot right now. As Newcomb tries to shut the door, he does there. He shuts the door on Ryan Patton. So now Ryan Patton going to have to go to work and try and get back around Orvis Newcomb. Does he try and make quick work of him here off of turn number 4 here? Ryan Patton maybe going to try and take advice of that lane that he was running. There is now. He'll throw the slide job there on Newcomb. Newcomb, great cut down there. He'll be right on the inside. Good to see the slide job thrown back here into turn. Oh, wow, that was a close slide job there for Orvis Newcomb. Now Ryan Patton will cut back under though. Good hard racing for second. Meeks in the wall hard. Meeks in the wall. That's going to bring him right back to him. So Meeks trying to build a gap there. And there's a slide job from Morvey Newcomb. Ryan Patton really trying to get away from this slider battle as it continues to slow both drivers down as Meeks caught the fence there. And that was a chance that Ryan Patton was not in the right spot to make happen. There's Newcomb back to the inside. Newcomb's got a hot rod here tonight. He'll throw the slider into turn 3 and 4. Ryan Patton back down the hill here. Meeks really not running away right now. So we'll see here. Patton, he's going to throw the slide job back. Newcomb, he's ready for it. He'll turn down the hill. Good run for Newcomb off of 2 when he does that cut down. He's got plenty of room to slide Patton back in turns 3 and 4. Patton back to the inside. Does he have enough to cook up a slider? No, he won't. So Patton, he'll slot into 3rd right now. Does he maybe try and cook up a run here? Newcomb in the wall hard! Newcomb caught the wall hard there. He'll lose 2 spots, maybe 3 there. Colton Probst to his inside. Will he close the door? Leave a lane. So Ryan Patton now up to 2nd away from that slider battle with Newcomb. Newcomb worked so hard for that 2nd place spot and then ultimately ends up running in 4th right now. As Ryan Patton runs 2nd right now to Byron Meeks. A spot that he could feel comfortable in if he had just picked up that heat race win, but now he's got to push. And there's an oval track specialties caution. As it's going to be for Orvie Newcomb here. We'll take a look here. Newcomb on the outside cushion tries to do... Probes tries to leave him a lane. And unbelievably, the modified does actually have damage as he gets just barely right rear contact to left front contact. You see Probes try to just leave him a lane there, and looks like he kind of does, and just Newcomb maybe just a hair lower than Probes thought he was going to be, and unfortunately that racing kind of contact there, and unfortunately Newcomb, he grabs the outside wall hard there, and right front damage and not able to turn getting down into the next corner there, so. Ryan Patton gets another shot at it here. We'll take a look at what he decides. Newcomb got under him there when he picked the outside earlier in the night. Does he try and go back to the inside, or does he elect that outside groove once again here on the Delaware Double Five? Alrighty. Here we go. Pace truck off. Meeks fires. Way better start for Ryan Patton this time on the outside groove. He'll clear the 29 machine down into turns 1 and 2. Long as Cody Buck leaves the lane, he will. Cody Buck leaves the lane to the outside. That's going to let Patton slot right into 2nd, and that's the restart that Patton needed. We'll see what he can do with it from here. Still early in this one. We work lap 38 into turns 1 and 2. Cody Buck up on that outside. Guys behind have to watch. They know what happened in a heat race. Colton Probst starting to come alive here in that 57 scene. He's running up in 4th right now. Meeks trying to run that little bit of a smoother groove through the middle. Patton elects to run around the lip right now. Does he have anything for the 25 machine? Good run that lap there for Ryan Patton. He's got a good hot rod under him. Isn't enough, though, for the 25 machine right now. That 1 point difference being a huge factor. Meeks not driving away like he was earlier in the race, or is that him just trying to conserve a little bit of tire right now as he has that pace advantage? Ryan Patton trying a little bit of a different line there, trying to cut down off of turn number 4 a little bit that time. I tell you what, eyeball test says he's reeling him in. We'll roll it down into turns 3 and 4. Patton likes to go a little bit lower there, and he grabs the grip off the middle of turn number 4. Patton now runs through the middle. He'll run through the middle of 1 and 2. Does he have anything here off of turn number 2? Not quite yet. That gap stays pretty close right now. Patton up right below that slick groove on the outside cushion. Looking for a little bit of something here right now, Dad. Do you think you can find anything in that middle groove, or is that outside going to be ever so dominant? Patton will now move back up to the cushion in turns 1 and 2. See what he does down here in 3 and 4. He does elect to maybe try and run that a little bit lower line. It looked like he was a little bit better on that lower line in turns 3 and 4, but 1 and 2, that outside cushion just a little bit better. They'll throttle it up on the cushion here. They're beating the boards down here at the Big E. Cody Buck hasn't quite caught the concrete quite yet, as he is still in the picture. He runs 3rd right now. Colton Probes in 4th. Patton needs to have a mistake out of Meeks like he had earlier in the race. Now Patton goes back up to the cushion there. I'm not sure if that's going to be the right move. We'll see here. Now we'll go all the way to the bottom here into turns 1 and 2. How big of a run does Meeks have off the corner compared to Patton? Now Patton to the outside in 3 and 4. Patton looking for any little bit to try and gain on the 25 machine. He's not letting the 25 run away, but is he gaining? I don't know. Oh, Meeks got the wall a little bit. Here comes Patton. Patton to the inside off of turn number 2. Meeks now feels the pressure. Ryan Patton shows him the nose. We work lap 50 out of turn number 4. Meeks has company. Ryan Patton back to the inside. Meeks doesn't quite make a mistake this time off of turn number 2. Meeks has the line. Ryan Patton needed that to happen when there was a mistake. I'll tell you what, Patton might be a little bit better around the top of 3 and 4. Patton's going to take that advantage and try and just go to work on the cushion now. See if Meeks makes a mistake. Meeks a little bit yawed out there. Here comes Ryan Patton. He's not done yet. Still looking to pick up this championship. He's good around the cushion in 3 and 4. Byron Meeks has company with the 53P. Ryan Patton sparklers off the wall off of turn number 2. Meeks trying to drive away. Meeks drives a little bit through the center, but big run for Ryan Patton off of turn 4. Patton to the inside, trying to show the 25 machine the nose once again here off of turn number 2. He grabs a handful of grip down there, not enough. He'll go back to the outside in 3 and 4. Patton knows he's a little bit quicker around the top of 3 and 4. He might have missed it there just that time a little bit there off of 4. And he'll go back to the bottom in 1 and 2 now. This is your battle for the championship. 20 races between these two. Comes down to this race right here at the front of the field. Meeks a little bit low that time. Patton trying to stride. Patton will now jump to the outside in 1 and 2. Maybe looking for a mistake out of Meeks. Meeks had to get out of the throttle there. Patton's right there. Patton rolls her down into 3 and 4. They'll grab a handful of cushion. Good run here for Patton. You can see it off of turn number 4. He's going to be right there off of 4. To the inside. Maybe goes Ryan Patton. He'll run the middle. Not the line I was expecting. Maybe he'll cut down here. Looks for a cut down. Meeks with a mistake. Ryan Patton to the inside. Meeks tries to protect. Patton to the inside. Could we see a slide jump here into turns 1 and 2? They're dead even down the front straightaway. Patton shows awful respect. They're not throwing the slide jump. You would have thought he's going to throw the Hail Mary there. That could have been it. Patton elects the gentleman's game. He'll roll around the outside. Oval Track Specialties caution. this one between Probst and the Mundorf Warrior. We'll take a look at what happened. Oh. Looks like Probst just got in there, just missed the mark a little bit getting in the corner. And he catches the concrete pretty heavily, and like we've seen it happen, nowhere for the 57T to go as he lifts there and just he collects the wall himself after getting out of the throttle there, and nowhere for him to go as the 57C spins around in front of him. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this one not over yet. A great race. Byron Meeks maybe trying to cool the tires down a little bit there, down here on the infield. Like them guys do in real life, trying to just get the temperatures down a little bit there. As Meeks had to start feeling the pressure there from the 53P as Ryan Patton was on the attack. I really thought Daddy was going to throw the slide job there, but he elected not to.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Championship on the line. Patton's not one to be dirty, so, you know, looks like his car got the best start I've seen Patton have all night on the start, so.
Really good restart there. Cody Buckhill, leave him a lane. They're on the outside. Good, hard racing, and Ryan Patton's going to pick up right where he left off here in chase of the 25 machine. But has good track position after that restart here, but we know these cars change heavily after a caution flag. Does one car get better? Meeks in the wall. Patton not in the wall. He's going to get a good drive here off of turn number 2. They'll close the gap there. Meeks just a little bit more wish-washy through on that outside cushion. Patton keeps that car straight now off of turn number 4. Patton right on the wall. He sees the sparklers off the wall in front of him, but he'll keep his foot in it here off of turn number 2. Meeks to the outside. Both these drivers ever so tiptoeing around the outside here at Eldora. Oh, Meeks in the wall! Patton to the inside! He's got to throw the slide job. This time Meeks is pushing. That's going to let Ryan Patton get in here. Slide job for your championship on lap 62. Meeks has a chance to cut under him here. Does Patton protect? He won't. Here comes the slide job right back, and Patton parks it in the fence. Patton parks it in the fence, but Meeks left him a lane around the outside. Ryan Patton keeps his foot in it. Here it comes. Slide job into turns 3 and 4. Slide job, Byron Meeks. Ryan Patton down the racetrack. This is your battle for the championship. Here comes the slide job back from Patton. Patton will throw the slide job. He'll slide up to the cushion, grab a handful of cushion off the corner. Meeks to the inside. Into turns 3 and 4. Slide job back at him. Off of turn number 4. Patton back to the inside. Does he have enough for a slide job? He's going to have to tuck back in line. Oh, Cody Buck in the wall. He'll hold on to it. That right there was a chance for Patton, but unfortunately he caught the wall the next corner and eventually has to concede on the slider battle. Byron Meeks cannot make another mistake like that. Great clean racing between those two drivers. As somebody who would have thrown a Hail Mary from 5 car lengths back if it was for the championship, I pride these two right now on their driving. Meeks around the cushion. I tell you what, Patton might have found something, a little cut down there. Ryan Patton, he tries to turn off the cushion a little early here and get a little cut down. It might be the lane. Almost as if somebody was throwing a slide job on him. He tried to cut down a little bit. Meeks in the wall again. That's a huge mistake for Byron Meeks once again. Now Ryan Patton has to lead wholesale time. Byron Meeks cracks under the pressure of the 53P. Ryan Patton's been putting the pressure on him all night, and that could be all she wrote. Byron Meeks now on the attack, and Ryan Patton's been ever so perfect on that outside. It's going to take a mistake out of Ryan Patton for Meeks to get back around him, but Meeks now trying the middle. Oh, Ryan Patton right up against that wall right now. Off of turn number 2. Patton is the fastest car on the racetrack right now around the rip. He continues to bang the berm here at Eldora as we work lap 70-85 here. Starting to pull on Byron Meeks and start to feel the championship run towards him. There's contact behind him. Around goes Cody Buck. Oval Track Specialties caution.
Wow. That's all I can say. Talk about coming down to a championship battle in championship battle fashion, man.
What a battle there.
It is Patton's race championship to lose right now. Wow. I don't even know what to say about this. I couldn't script this any better.
Looks like Newcomb just got in the corner looks like Buck was usually on that outside groove, and Buck kind of a little bit farther down the racetrack that time to give room to the 25 machine. Newcomb wasn't quite ready for it, tried to cut it down, but inevitably takes the 29B around for a trip, and Newcomb's going to find himself falling to the rear of the field after driving back up through after that contact earlier. So we'll see what he can do here in these last 15. And now it comes down to the wire here. Meeks has to make a decision on what lane he wants to pick here. Cody Buck will receive his spot back. And he is going to have to make a decision on where he wants to go here. Byron Meeks will elect the bottom groove. Cody Buck on the outside. Ryan Patton will elect what lane he wants to run down in turns 1 and 2. He cannot make a mistake this late in the race. Byron Meeks had this race just about trying to hold the 53P back as much as he could. I think these guys are a little antsy. Ryan Patton might have the nerves getting to him. The nerves might be getting to Ryan Patton as we just had a fake restart there. As the pace lights
were out on the truck, but it never turned down in.
On my screen, the lights were on the truck. The lights were on, so I saw the lights. I'm not sure if maybe a visual glitch there, but the lights were off, and now they are off, and we're going to get them restacked here. A little bit antsy that time, but we're all good here. We all keep them clean and green. We're getting ready to turn them loose for real this time out of turn number 4. Patton will turn them loose this time. Meeks not the best start on the inside. He's going to have trouble here getting to the outside groover. Does he try and run the bottom, throw a slide job here? No, he'll leave a lane. That's going to let Cody Buck roll around the outside. That 25 trying to let that bottom side come in, but that cushion just will not go away. Ryan Patton around the outside. Byron Meeks trying to make it work on the inside right now in battle with Cody Buck. Off at turn number 2. Ryan Patton holds true to his line. Has a buffer of Cody Buck right now. Cannot catch the wall here. Byron Meeks. Did he use his stuff up too early in this one? That cushion and that concrete has gotten to him here in this one. He runs third right now here at Eldora. Ryan Patton, we've seen him primarily be one of the better drivers on a heavily used racetrack and late in these races, and right now he's keeping that true. Mixing the wall again as he'll still stay third. He'll get up off the wall, but he'll run third. Colton Pro's back and forth. Newcomb back to 5th already. So Meeks will lose wholesale ground here, and you got to think if there's not an oval track specialties caution, Meeks isn't running down that 53P machine.
No. I got to wonder whether 53P has anybody that single sticks telling him. There. If he's looking at his splits to see that he's got a pretty good cushion right now, or if he's just going to keep railing the top and not even look.
You got to wonder, I mean, you rail the top to a point, and then there's a point where you kind of feel consistent on the top, just running what you're doing. Maybe not pushing it just quite as much as right now. He runs consistently around the outside right now. He just cannot plant it too hard. You just got to hope that it holds there getting into turn 1 where that wall really comes out at you.
Nerves has got to be getting to him, as this isn't a race just for a win. This is a race for a championship. As he's down to just 6 to go.
We work lap 79 now. Cody Buck Trouble in the heat race, runs second right now. Out of the picture for championship contention. Runs second right now. Ryan Patton in a great spot right now. Byron Meeks has 5 laps, but he continues to lose ground as he's fallen all the way back. As Byron Meeks, I think, has pulled the car in. So that is official right now, as I see Byron Meeks running 8th right now in the standings. I do believe Meeks has pulled the car in, and that will mean that right now, as long as Ryan Patton can finish this race on all 4 tires, he is going to be crowned the big block champion here this year. We're rolling down into turns 3 and 4. We keep our eyes glued on Ryan Patton as he's had such a season here. 10 wins for Byron Meeks. Looked like such a dominant car that you start to forget about points, thinking how the wins were, but Patton was there each and every week with consistency. And right now he rolls into turns 3 and 4. He'll see the Spiel Racing Designz white flag for the final time this year. White flag one more time around for Ryan Patton in the 53P. Off of turn number 4. He picked up his first ever Instigators feature win here this year, and now he's looking to pick up another one. He'll try and pick up his 5th here, and he will. He'll also pick up the championship here in the 53P. Ryan Patton wins. 2nd goes to Cody Buck. 3rd, Colton Probes with another podium finish over Orvis Newcomb. Todd Bailey 5th. Christopher Gormott 6th. 7th, John Smeal in 8th. Byron Meeks, as we'll take a look back at when that driver pulled it in here. As he pulled it in under his own power. After Colton Probes worked to his outside along with Orvis Newcomb, he decided to pull it in. Frustrated maybe that he didn't have the car to win at the end of the night here, but the driver who did is the 53P of Ryan Patton as he gets it done.
Waiting on Ryan Patton to join us here, as I'm sure he's down there celebrating. Probably went to go grab a beer and crack one, because this was one of the most, I'm sure, nerve-wracking races of his life. What an up and down night for him. And he has now joined us in the booth. Ryan Patton, unbelievable up and down night. You not only win your 5th race of the season, you are now the big block points champion. How does it feel?
Oh, buddy. I said earlier in the year, if anybody could win a championship taking 2nd place almost every night, it was going to be me.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ron, you did that. That's what you did at the beginning of the year. But here at the end, you put on a string of wins. And I mean, 5 wins is nothing to sneeze about. And your consistency was unbelievable. And tonight was a night of keeping your head, because at the beginning of that race, and between the heat race, losing that one in a tight battle and having to start back there, you kept your composure. You were able to work up there, and when you got in position, you took this race. You didn't. It was earned. It wasn't given to you. And I can't imagine the emotions that you had, not only trying to drive for another win, but that it was basically down to you had to finish ahead of him or him ahead of you, and that's what it was down to.
Yeah, I knew what the circumstances were, and like you said at the beginning, there was I wasn't in too much of a hurry because I knew it was a long race, and once we get later in the races is when I usually get faster. So I I mean, to be completely honest with you, I've probably put in 1,000 laps on this track in the last week, and without that, my consistency on the top, there would have been none. So,
Well,
I mean,
that speaks for itself right there. Of the guy that put the work in, you know, you put the effort in, you wanted it, and you just wanted it a little bit, maybe a bit worse than he did, and that was what got you up here. And like the consistency on the top in your last 40 laps was unbelievable. Where you made one mistake after Byron made that first one, and you went into
yeah.
the next corner and you made the same one, and he was able to get back by. I said, if I know Ryan, he's so mad right now he can barely talk, but you were able to hold on to your composure. He made another one, and you didn't make another one after that.
Yep. I mean, that's what it's all about in this type of racing. Is you most of the time you have to wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake, and if you're not patient enough, you're just gonna overdrive or hit him or get into the wall, or you just can't think about it too much. You just gotta wait for the opportunity.
Oh, for sure. And like I couldn't have scripted this better for the championship. And I heard the beer crack. I know what that's all about. But anyhow, yes, sir. Coming in there a 6-point lead, that could have put it to where you both get the same points in the heat race. If you finish behind him, no matter where, you win the championship. But with the
Yep.
5-point split between first and second, and him having more wins than you, once he got 3 points in the heat, you and 2, you went into there 5 points ahead of him, and you had to, if he was leading, you had to beat him. And he couldn't have got a better scripted out scenario, and you made it happen. And he dropped back, and I think he was upset and decided to park it for the night. But hey, congratulations, man! Good job. Who all would you like to thank here tonight?
Well, one thing I'd like to thank Meeks for racing me clean all year, and I hope that he thinks that I did the same. That he is a phenomenal racer and one of the cleanest racers that I know. He's always fast. He's always there. I just can't thank him enough, and everybody for giving me the fun that I had this season. But thank you guys for putting this on all year. I'm definitely coming back next year. I'd like to thank my family for letting me be absent for a couple hours every night for the last week. Yeah, everybody in this league, everybody here is what makes this league what it is.
Man, we thank you too. I mean, you made it exciting. You did a good job. You've been here for many years now, and you're a big part of the league. So we appreciate that and appreciate everything you do too.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, man. Moving on back to second place. Guy had to pull a backup car up after the heat race. Was able to battle through some attrition and some couple little flaws here and there, and had a really good run towards the end and come home in second. Cody Buck, congratulations on your second place.
Thank you. First off, I'd like to congratulate Patton on the championship. And Eldor is not my track at all. I just always nick the wall here and always end up junking myself somewhere.
Well, to come home second on the podium for a place that ain't your track, I mean, that's always something you can take on a positive note and roll with that. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that to come home second. And you did it coming basically from the back. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Anybody you'd like to thank here before we move on?
You guys for putting this on, and everybody in this league for always making it fun, clean racing. It doesn't matter. Every week it's been clean.
All right, bud. Well, I'm sure we'll see you back next year, and we'll see all you guys at the banquet, hopefully.
Yep. See you there.
Colton Probst worked all year to try to get on these podiums, and now it seems to be becoming a common thing. You got yourself up there into third. Ran a good race. Congratulations on another podium finish.
Thank you, guys. I both last 2 weeks I've had cars that I don't even feel like I should have been on the track half the race, and I somehow grinded it out and still got there. I don't think I know I hit Orvis going in. I just tried to run as close as I could just to get a run going into that last slider, and I know I got into him, but I I think I wrecked with like 15 to go. Went into the pits and I figured last 15 laps of the season, I might as well just hanging out there.
You got her done as far as getting back up to a podium. Sometimes it's worth grinding it out, and you get them good finishes. This is the type of thing where you could carry into next year, um, looking for consistency and maybe put yourself higher up in the points battle yourself.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to next year. It's kind of bittersweet that the season's over. I was a lot of fun racing with these guys this year. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better class to get thrown into with being a rookie. Everybody raced real clean, and it was a good competitive season all year.
Yeah, you did a phenomenal job for a rookie season. You look like a guy's been racing for years out there. So, and your improvement from the beginning of the year to the end was phenomenal. You put your time in, you put your effort in, and it paid off.
Yeah.
And anybody you'd like to thank before we move on here?
Yeah, I'd love to thank my mom. My mom and my sister, they watch every single week like it's at a real track. They're committed just as much as I am committed into getting better. Would love to thank my brother David. He's helped me out a lot this year, and Kirk Hess is the one that pretty much gave me his steering wheels and pedals for a bargain, or I wouldn't even be able to do it. Love to thank you guys. It was a great league. Everybody is so competitive and just so considerate. It's just fun to actually race against people that care about it just as much as I do. And then I'd like to just a huge shout out to Patton. I know he grinded all year long and was so consistent. And it's bittersweet for Meeks too, but he also had a really great year.
Absolutely, and also, congratulations to you and your year. And hey, man, we'll see you back here next year.
Yes, sir. See you guys soon.
Alrighty, Tyler, who was our Newcomb automotive hard charger of the race?
I do believe the Newcomb Automotive Hard Charger is going to be Cody Buck. He came from 7th to 2nd tonight, so he picked up the most spots. Ryan Patton did come from 4th, picking up 3, but Cody Buck overall did have the most and became our Newcomb Automotive Hard Charger of the race. So,
good deal.
That will be it on our side of things here, Dad, as we get ready for our final race of the season.
100 long ones, bud.
100 laps here at Eldora coming at you guys in just a few short minutes here as we get ready to go super late model racing at Eldora.
Don't lap me.
How about I don't wreck? I don't want to wreck. I just want to finish. If I feel good, I'll be happy. So we'll see what kind of car we have under ourselves here in this one, and see if we can keep the cars under us for the final stretch of the race. So we'll be switching it over to Mike and Smeal here, and we'll be right back here with racing action for our final event of the 2025-2026 season for the Instigators Racing League. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a few short minutes.